Hey everyone, I hope and pray all is well with you, and welcome to your December 2025 tarot reading for this month. We're going to be doing like a Greece theme. I had a lot of inspiration lately, and I'm refilming the intro, by the way. I found the other one a bit shaky, so I hope that this one is a bit better. For pile 1, we'll be going with Danny Zuko. For pile 2, we'll do Doody. For pile 3, we'll do Betty Rizzo. For pile 4, we'll do Sandy Olsson, okay? And then for pile 5, we'll do Frenchy Faccion, okay? And for pile 6, we will do the Pink Ladies, all right? I have like a few details over each pile and everything like that. Maybe I'll do like a overview of it if you're interested. I hope you guys have a wonderful holidays and that it treats you well. Let's go ahead and get into the piles. Hey, pile 1, Danny Zuko. I hope pray all is well with you. We have to first take a card from the bad boys as we've, been attacked and suspiciously considered one of them. We're the hot stuff, we're the hot shit, right? So for pile 1, let's go ahead and take a look to see what's happening for December. What comes out? What can the bad boys tell us about our December? Ooh, there's something here about a very dark man. It could be an ex here, somebody that you divorced from. You could be a widow from this person. This person could have a record in some way, shape, or form. Or there could be a criminal that is here that's coming through. We do have a widow, a magus, that could be you or someone else in the situation. Take it as it resonates, or somebody could feel widowed. All right. We have a deceased spirit, and they could be ill. Okay. So they could be coming to you, communicating that maybe they're not well. Okay, this person could have crossed over and things. If you needed to follow through or follow along, or you needed that communication of what this is. We also have a signal of abuse of power here. A very powerful man, law, doctor, judge could also be coming through. And I am just reading the card, okay? So just be very mindful, if you're on YouTube and things. Just reading the card, okay? And a man, trust, all right? Open heart, so you could be doing some dog heart chakra work. A dog is just underneath it, that's why I said that. Okay, that could be very significant to you. Also, your companionship style too, or a dog could be very significant in your healing gifts and abilities. They could help you to heal. They could be a support animal. They could also be very psychic themselves and communicate things to you. They could be communicating about some things outdoors that's moving. If you are like wondering what they're barking at, or if they're sensitive to things, that's what they're barking at. Also, let's say you've been upset about something, you're like, oh, I don't know what my animal is doing or what they're talking about, like what is going on. um, let's say you've been pissed about some bugs. You've been noticing like a bug outside, like a bee or a wasp or something. They're barking at something that is a signifier that they're close. Like there could be something like that, like something that's formed, okay, to your home. There's something here about that, okay? So don't ignore the connection. They really love you. They're tired of irritating you too. Also, know that like if you have multiple animals, that all of their connections to you have been signaling that some of the animals from maybe one of your other animals that you haven't been paying attention to so much are sending signals, early alerts about what's happening. Like, I know, for example, for myself, I've been coming across tables where I've been seeing the ancestral connections to like cats and dogs and things, communicating about sickness beforehand and praying for the mother and woman beforehand that's, partially taking their spot. They're not being sassy about it, but you know how animals can get. They're being sweet and kind, and they're saying that that person that was going through that can do this. That they are making steady progress. They've been wonderful. Throughout this whole thing. that they're healing your anxiety beforehand. So I feel like there's like energy like that that's coming through, wholesome energy. And then you have masculine things and healing. Okay. So I do feel like this is about your connection with yourself, as well as a masculine energy that may be connected to you. Okay, let's say you've been worried or you've been, all caught up in things around the house, or vice versa. Like maybe they're outdoors, or you could be the person that's outdoors and you're wanting to know how to get inside or connect or do something, right? Engage. I'm getting this vibe that you're going to figure out a way. You're going to figure out a way, but more than that, here's a hint and a clue. They're saying here that in so many ways, they've been noticing your mind stepping away when you're having sex or being intimate with them, or where your loyalty lies, where your head has been. Okay, and you've been focusing on all of these other things. They've been hoping and praying to connect with you, but they do not want to complete this cycle from the past, and they feel like that's how you're viewing them. They get this way around certain seasons and times, all right? And um, there's always something that they want to do, but this time they're very innocent in their nature, okay? And there's something here about somebody who got in the way. They abused their power at a time when you guys were supposed to do something. They want to do that, okay? They're like still upset, or like it still hurt the relationship as well as you, whether you want to admit it or not. I feel like everything has had you wrapped up um, since then. I'm getting the number 3. 3 months, 3 years ago, 0 to 3, could be an infant, toddler energy. Congratulations, might I add. Oh, 21 first teeth is also coming through. This is too cute. Okay, for the stones that you guys have for this month. Ooh, astrophyllite. And we have argonite. Astrophyllite, it is activating the crown chakra. Let's see if we can get this active. This is active, child focus. This is one of the cards that's a bit tough, all right? But I know some people like to screenshot and like chemical makeups and stuff like that, especially with how when I was told you guys like chemistry a whole lot. A lot of you guys, or you like something that has to do with chemistry, whether you know it or not. You are going to learn about this in whatever you're doing in your career avenue or field, okay? And if it's not chemistry, it's space related. You could like massive, you could like donate. This could even be a passive donation, something that you do annually that maybe you don't pay attention to, but you should. You could put like Captain America, red, white, and blue. Or specifically, if you're more like Danny, you could really like green, purple, black, okay? And you didn't necessarily favor the Rydell colors, but oh well, you could help, the teachers and things like that when it came to their fashion. You had a good eye and taste, all right? Even if you're masculine, or take it how it resonates for you. Maybe you are more androgynous, okay? But you have this crown chakra, and it's about typically radiating in a star pattern, okay? Maybe you like connecting with those areas in astrology, and this will be a really good stone for you, I was told. And it's beneficial for epilepsy, reproductive systems, PMS, cellular regeneration, focus, truth, and fidelity, all right? And the healing properties, it says astrophyllite is a good stone when dealing with out-of-body experiences. It's a protector when journeying and helps you realize your full potential. All right. It shows you how to move forward and what path your soul should go on. And argonite here is about the base chakra, the root chakra. Okay. The first chakra. Right. And this one, it's a calcium carbonate, hexagonal column-shaped crystals that often are referred to as Sputnik, okay? So that could even be the preference here of what it's talking about, or like what you will see underneath the scope, the microscope. Colors range in white, brown, yellow, blue, or green. All right. And that affects the shape of this. Okay. I'm being told that there's been some updated information since drawing this card. I really appreciate working with this deck because of how they connect and communicate. And I was told about how this deck works. This is where I purchased it at Mantra HHC. I purchased it at the actual shop. They do have a website, although I'm not sure if they still sell this deck or not. It wasn't too many of this deck created, but really awesome. They have some other ones though, and I believe they have an Etsy shop too. It's at Moon Mountain Gems. I believe they still carry that social media name. If you are interested in any of their additional work too, but nevertheless, I really like this. I like this energy for you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys have been dealing with a lot of impatience. Be mindful of the shape, like I said. There's going to be something that relates to how things show, or somebody, like, let's say you are interested in like rock discovery, you may know of some slight differences that relate, and it's about the regions. I'm picking up that perhaps they weren't aware that something about this crystal, like there might have been an expanded upon region that they hadn't discovered or uncovered that would show that this is different from what this guide has communicated to me right now, which I'm very grateful, you know. That's really awesome. And I also feel like they've learned of this too since making this deck, which is really wonderful. All right. But it's beneficial for problem solving, patience, reliability, grounding, stress, anger, skin, and pains. Okay. And argonite links with the earth and grounds the body. It combats disease and can disperse energy throughout the entire body. It's a supportive stone that takes you to the source of the problems. It promotes being comfortable in your own body. The bad boys had a lot to tell you about some things, okay? They really wanted to read you about yourself. This gives me the vibe, other than this, you know, bad boys vibe. Be mindful of a darker spirited energy, like IRL in real life, okay? Be mindful of a darker spirited energy that wants to like tell you about yourself. Most of you guys, this is a dark person, and I don't know who I'm reading for, but I am picking up on um, Sean Combs. Okay, so just be really mindful. I don't know who I'm reading for particularly, but I was told to, you know, move on with it, continuing on. And Zuko. You have this beautiful Galaxy Explorer sticker. And what's most important is that I was told from the heavens, from a wonderful child, that they say hi to their father. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that that is John Travolta's son. And they were talking about their age, how they were growing, and all this wonderful stuff. How they found their twin, finally, the one that they said that you didn't get to connect with to fully understand their connection, and how they would meet beforehand and soon, and how they were knowing things beforehand and cross connection and stuff like that, and how they prioritize like their healing, their growth, how they promised that they would do this, how another child could be really significant or important, or somebody that meant something to you. It could be Brittany Murphy, and how they were like very connected, or they showed them how to like guide themselves on the other side. Really awesome. Okay, as well as them having a huge, huge, huge love and obsession and connection with Heath Ledger that maybe you didn't understand. You may have even despised and envied them, but it's because they have this energy of Loki as well as Loka, or Loki still, even still, but sometimes you may find some, you know, back research that connects there, but it connects to who they, you know, are, and how they, you know, may have needed to heal as they continue to grow in existence, as they've learned that they are slightly, well, they're a time traveler. They're very intuitive. They can do things with lights, like myself. They can do certain things with their hearing, their sight, their vision, that is incredible, even with Earth. Okay, you may, well, I don't know if they're here, but whoever I'm connected to who needs to know this to maybe share, um, they may really appreciate like cherries, you know, and pomegranate, Persephone like things that could relate to the reactions between Loki and them. Okay, their spiritual guidance and connection is that Loki at times can come through as a legua, and for their growth, They seem at times of the water, like they're Yumun and men. Okay. So that may explain or help you with their guidance, like helping you to receive the guidance that you need in this journey, in this lifetime, as you heal, that connection with your children. I'm talking to wife, husband, whoever may be here, may you be blessed. It was just really awesome what came through, okay? But I feel like some of you guys may have connections like that where you learn to discover, what things mean, how they, make sense when people are no longer with us, the things that maybe they were communicating about instead of saying that they were crazy, or maybe not paying attention to things because you didn't want to invest. It's saying that you need to, because not only is it for you, but you've been trying to figure out where you needed to grow to progress, and this could even be financially related. You never know. Okay, you never know. It could be for love, it could be for whatever it may be for, but it's really important. There's something that you were supposed to get and receive, and it's really beautiful. And I also feel like you have something in addition to that is a surprise. Maybe somebody fancies you, and when you get your hints and your oracles, maybe you've been entranced by this person. Maybe you met them while overseas flying, or maybe you know this person from out of state. Yes, no denying it. Now, let's go ahead and get into your oracle and messages for December, Danny Zuko. Danny got green and black, might I add. There's some love cards, there's some money cards, okay? But also, this is not just about those areas, but this will tell me what your predominant focus is on. If you needed to know how you should spend your December too, because we'll use the highest and best insight as what we're using here, obviously. The beginning is about love. I'm not going to lie to you. You have date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date. You have paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. Okay. Then you have hand of cards. All right. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling, and heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. So, plenty of you are going to be in this energy of either feeling checked up on, spied up on, or you've been feeling that way. And I also feel here that many of you have been learning to trust this process, but also recognize where you can't, because there's going to be a process of illumination and elimination that you experience. Okay. So, whether this is you feeling like you've been timid, but not ignoring the signs, you're actually doing the right thing. All right. But you're still feeling this energy, right? You want to make sure that it's not from your past. For some of you guys, you may actually want somebody from your past, though. Okay. Be mindful, you're going to have some people, if you do want somebody from your past and you know that they're actually beneficial for you, you have some suspected people who may be suspicious that this is a person who's really karmic, that is, somebody that you know is not meant for you, the person that you already know it's not, basically. All right. And I feel here that it's because not just that they're excited for you, but they have this impression that with their help, they're going to make things better when they're not. All right. And this is a mom. This is like a mom to you, a aunt to you, okay? Or this could be who I'm reading for. You may need to stop doing this for a daughter, because that could have been the thing that I picked up on and they may not have sensed it. I don't know what that's about, but okay, I don't know. And that's like no disrespect or anything. If you're single and it's been rather difficult, and you know that your true person or your mate and things like that is not from your past, but you've been having like this energy that keeps wanting to come through towards you, just know that any signs or signals that you're receiving and you know that you're not, taking them, you may receive a confirmation from somebody from your past that you know that their wall up on. You're going to get a confirmation that you don't need to worry about this person no more. Of course, keep your boundaries up. What I'm saying is that they've moved on. Even though you still the shit up in this bitch. You know, you ain't got to worry about a soul distracted. I'm distracted. This is what you asked for. Now, when it comes to you getting your fin wet again, all right, be mindful that if your true mate, your true counterpart, is intuitive like yourself in any way, shape, or form, they have a strategy if you boom boom with anybody before them. They don't care what they do in the meantime, and they're foolish. Now, if you are a cross watcher, okay, meaning you're the person who's doing this to the singlet, and you know that you're watching what they watch or who they is, what they be, what they are, da 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 da, copycatting in some way. Be mindful. You've been trying to embody their energy, and this is why things are messed up. I'm positive that is the key, the rule, the root. Yep. Whatever this is, because for some people it varies. It could be a rule for their relationship, a rule for their privacy, a rule because you as well as others have already taken advantage of something, sources told them to put their guard. Whatever this is, you are trying to go against something thinking that you are bigger than the most high and trying to scorn your person and everybody. Now, but talking about you so in the Cupid's arrow. Uso Usi. Shooting stars, Candle healing magic could be really significant and important. You could be a medical profession or vice versa. Somebody could be really great with healing, medical tools, strategy, navigation, direction, sensibility, recognizing like where animals travel, how they travel with their journey, how they move, how they shift. Their eye can see things like that. I know mine can. Same thing with flowers, florals, how they fall from the sky, if they really fall from the sky, if they ever fell from the sky, things like that, like back study research. Like you may find or come across somebody who is really interested in things like that. And let's say this is someone like people have needed this person or like this type of eye or these types of things, okay? In retrospect, I just feel like there's going to be wonderful opportunities that come in whilst people were trying to break this person's heart, take advantage of them. It's like when people learn about the strategy of love, okay? And how their connection relates to um, this life and how to take advantage of it, okay? Like, how's your counterpart, your true counterpart? Are they taking advantage of you or not? Okay? Because be mindful. I've been picking up and coming across a lot of individuals who have been doing this and they don't care. Like, they don't recognize that their lack of caring and energetic charging of healing there is a real truth about who they may truly be and where they're doing things from, like their place of behavior and action. It's just like when I was recently talking about how some people really don't have true counterparts, but will try to make up the fact that they do for financial gain because of how they're trying to use their business connection in their houses related to their astrology. It also connects to like somebody who just genuinely may have a health issue or an impediment that was caused onto them by relatives when they're kids and things, right? And unfortunately, they have this belief that they're supposed to be by themselves when they do have a true person. And let's say they're really wealthy, well to do, or they have these unexpected miracles and blessings, and they're trying to figure out, like, okay, let's say I have like huge homes or jobs that are wonderful, but I don't have people that want to work for me, or I don't have like anybody who lives here that's actually genuinely supposed to live here. It's because they're not opening their space to true and genuine love because they've done so much shit to scorn their counterpart to get there. Okay. Or their family has taken advantage of this person ruthlessly, as well as their family, most likely. And let's not even go to how it even really began, because usually that started in past lives or future lives with bad intentions, if it's not the present one, embarking on it. Disgusting. And, you know, mine, I have that in my chart. Okay. So when you guys are here and you're related, to connected to me, and you guys want me to understand you guys on a deeper level, that's what I do. Okay, like in my personal reads and things like that. So anybody who's left, don't take it to heart. Okay, for some of you guys, I've already helped you and healed you where you needed to. For others of you, I've prayed that you go to other people, and I've even told you in readings, you just maybe weren't paying attention. Right? Like chill. Anyway, I get this vibe here of yep, you got the nurse energy here again. Studying, practicing, focusing on your ambitions, your intentions, your higher calling, all of what comes in following that engagement of love, that huge focus of love for you guys, is all financial and career. And at the bottom of the deck in the overall energy here, another financial card, traveler, escapism, energy, and tendency. I'm not judging you. I feel like you may have a job, for example, that may, um, pull or tug you away. And you may have believed or assumed that you would meet your person in this way, or not in this way, but on vacation, but it's going to be at a job or something like that. Take it like that, for example. All right. However, you've been living your life, you're going to be awestruck because it isn't what you perceived it to be. All right. And you have discovery here. Trying something new and exploring other options will help you learn and grow. The opportunities are just awaiting for you to be discovered, for you to be found, for this person to come across you, to engage with you. But I also feel here, what's meant for you, what is meant to work for you. Because some of you guys, you're changing up your hobby. You could be focusing on having a better routine, implementing just a few things that you can do because you've already started working on this, or you found a better trade-off, which is wonderful. Congratulations. You could be uncovering some new gifts about yourself, or you have some new talents. Maybe you've recently graduated, or you've been doing something here to open up or get a discovery on somebody that maybe you need to. Let's say you're interested in somebody. This is your way of saying you're extremely interested in them, or you're interested in engaging with them, and you're getting a background check on this person because you like them. Okay, whatever this is, I feel like they're not going to find anything, which is what they like, but I also feel like there's a lot of mystery here. I also feel here, be careful, because let's say, okay, you may come from a family where you can't trust the people to give you everything that you need when it comes to a discovery on a person. All right. Um, I get this vibe here. You can't even trust the people in the government to not get paid off or axed. Okay, something like that. And you're not alone. Okay, like there's a lot of people who are like that. Um, and what you need to know is that with things like that, when you have people who want to try you about situations related to those things, worry less. And if anything happens, all you do when you're filing for something or you're doing something, make a comment about it and write it down. Because then when you have further proceedings or awkward moments or anything like that with how people treat you, how they engage with you, it shows that you're not lying. All their reactions and all their other bullshit, it just shows a long paper trail of you not lying. So when they give you like those hard times or those pushbacks, like you're wrong, or like, they have those hidden or, known intentions, they were wrong beforehand. Okay. Like, they can't do anything to you. Okay. All of the things to try to like backpedal, you may be helping somebody who may feel like they're just as stuck as you are and they care about you. Just look at it like that, like really transmute it to the positive. All right. You have healing. Your finances are healing quickly. Continue to do what's best and you will soon see great results. You have gained the energy that you need. This is what's going to recharge you, is that motivation to keep going. Recognizing that maybe you aren't doing a bad return to the sender and transmute when you're ignoring energy that may be treating you like this. Okay. Or if you're the person who's been treating your person like this and you've been noticing energetically whatever it was that felt or was sending you a loving, healing energy has cut you off, this is why. All right. Enterprise, it's time to get into business. You are ready to take the challenge and be your boss. Your experience is enough to create your enterprise. I feel like you're going to be in this energy around the between the 13th through the 19th, where you're extremely receptive to what I am picking up and what I've been saying. When you pick up where somebody's going to be like, oh, don't worry, you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about them. If you say you're going to be single, we support you. Fuck that. And he's going to try to take on everything and try to make it seem like they can magically cure everything, but it's only the person that you're accustomed to. I'm sorry to tell you that, but I feel like somebody really wants you to sell yourself short because they don't have a counterpart or a true companion or something like that. Like there's something like giving that vibration, and it's very unfortunate because um, this person has, you have a relative who has a severe depressive state where, like, let's say even in their history background they have a tendency to attack others. Okay. um it's a 3-letter word that's coming through, a name that's coming through. Okay, for me specifically, and I get this vibe here that a lot of you are dealing with people who want to keep doing the same stuff that they did back then. And Most High is already over it. Most High already knows about these things. But Most High is already aware of how to handle it the proper way. Like, somebody's heard the cries of this, but now they like to use their own back and forth thing that they've been going through to try to act. Okay? Like a masculine that's really toxic that tries to act. Okay? So I could be picking up on somebody who has same sex connections too. Be mindful. But I'm getting this vibe here that or even somebody who's androgynous. All right. Like they could have a female that they would be extremely attracted to. They may presume themselves as being gay, LGBTQIA in any way, shape, or form. And you have an individual who's been hurt in a similar way that this masculine has, or you have, or whatever this may be. All right. And you do something related to work. Your therapist would even be able to confirm, or whoever you've connected to. It is giving like you guys are so close yet far away, and you have mentor. Someone is willing to share experiences in their field that will motivate you to do better. Your work and teachers inspire others, and you may need some adjustments to your spending. Your expectations are not met at this time. It's better to be prepared than sorry. So basically, this is emotionally and energetically also confirming that for many of you, you guys, what you've been experiencing, what you've been doing, how you've been investing to try to cope, it's not fulfilling you. Okay. And it's also something here where maybe things just aren't going to work out like how you thought. If you're repairing something, maybe it's not going to do what you intended. Or if you have somebody who's repairing your home, be very careful. Okay. Because this is something where these adjustments, they may not alert you. They may not alert you or completely notify you, either of the adjustment or that these materials aren't the best for the area, or that they switched them out, didn't tell you, had you investing or thinking it was one thing when it's the other. It's vibes like this. So you need to pay attention to these paperwork things. Also be mindful. A lot of these individuals, I'm seeing somebody who is on somebody's shit list, the same papers you may have, some of you guys. And this is not one of those things where they did good work for you. You might be pissed the motherfucker based off of the colors I'm seeing here. Now, because don't think I didn't feel your energy. I pray that you get these situations resolved, but I am seeing here that it was getting in the way or affecting how you envisioned your life, how you went about, planning for travel, investing in things. Also, they may have been trying to control where you were, tracking you, looking into those things, or making you really paranoid when you did go out. Okay, that could be really significant for you, or like your head, like your body, checkups and things like that. Like, have some faith, have tons of faith. I believe that you do, and things like that. And you will have like signals and signs of practicing balance. All right, but just be mindful of that. Okay. Love and light to you. May you be blessed and take care. Bye.
Hi, Paul Doody. I hope and pray all is well with you. So, we're going to first start off with a note from the bad boys, okay? We're going to see what hot numbers they have for you from the hot stuff pile using this deck right here. Oh, I like this. So, for pile 2, pile duty, you're going to be getting a small increase in money. Okay, this is beautiful. This could be part-time work. Um, I am getting that you could be a jack of all trades here. It does say it in the card, but I get more so that you may have multiple jobs that you connect with. There could be something about, let's say you had a layout. Oh, some of you guys could have gotten laid off. All right. And you may have forgot that you put a leave of absence somewhere else. Just take that for example. But I'm also getting here, let's say you have a layover somewhere. I'm seeing somebody who's going to be getting some employment or something like that. Or you're going to inquire in something and get to know somebody. There's some generosity and some spendthrifting. So some of you guys could be thrifting, updating things. You could be sewing, learning how to sew, or do something with groups of individuals. You could be involved in a group project, or you could be connected with somebody who is going to be having some sort of a work or a school excuse after a fair situation or something like that. They could have had a situation that's happened like on the seas, in the water, something like that, praying for them, or in the skies, okay? So just be mindful and be patient with some individuals. Maybe even like send an email notice to some other people to just be advised, like where other people are, just in case people aren't responsive and things like that. Notify your professors, your teachers, and things like that, because your generosity alone is going to like help you, because you might have like anxiety in one place or area, and it might be telling you something different, okay, or something a bit unique, area that you need to pay attention to and check up on. um, I'm getting that this on and off relationship and 3 pieces of luck. It kind of coincides together this month for you guys with how I'm getting it, because again, in this one we have the arrows, okay? If you can see these triangles, I'm getting this vibration here that a lot of you guys dealt with situations or like stigmas that people wanted to place on you. People who wanted to come across your life and make it seem like they were a good fit for you, whilst um, It's like you might have had people who came across you or coming across you that may have seemed like they were a good fit at points and times, but you're going to have something that is eye-opening, okay, that's going to come towards you. For some of you, this person could have come towards you already. They could be a fair man. Some of you guys, this could be a married person, a husband to some degree, or a boyfriend, soulmate, committed, loving. This could be somebody who is committed or loving. Be mindful. We're not attracting somebody else's man or woman, okay? Be very mindful, all right? If you are seeing that, okay, maybe this person does like immediately know that they want to connect with you, okay, or they may be aware that they want to be with you as well. Like if this is somebody that you've never, been with, this is somebody who's known already that they wanted to be with you. They could already be aware that somebody had a sabotaging plan towards you, or a group of individuals had sabotaging plans towards you. Be very mindful though. I am getting for a few of you guys, this might be the thing that is the conflict, where they might be committed somewhere else. If they're not married, right? They may do something of the sorts that shows that they are rash and hot-headed, right? And before I even like saw this, I was getting this vibe of somebody who might be like, some of you guys, they steal other people's identity. They might have had some train situation, like there's something with this person, okay? For a small group of you. Just gonna let you know because it is the season. It is December only, okay? And it is, in some areas rather chilly than a motherfucker. All right. So, be passionate with yourself, have some fun, be emotional. I'm getting this vibe that you're going to have like a lot of sensitivity during this time. All right. There's going to be a lot of things that change. Like this year is the end of a lot for you guys here. And my duty pal. And I'm getting here that there's like this huge positive love affair that's coming in, or this masculine energy that's coming in that's going to excite you with something that you feel like you deserve and you absolutely need it, okay? The crystal for you guys this month, before we even get into the tarot, is Hyperstein, and then you have Morganite. There were two that came out. You have the crown and the third eye chakra and the base. I'm going to try to get it so you guys can take a nice screenshot if you're interested. Okay, I know some of you guys are chemists, or you like chemistry numbers, or you're very responsive to it. Okay, but it is a common mineral found in igneous, and some metamorphic rocks, as well as in Estonian iron meteorites. This is by Moon Mountain Gems. That's their ad on social media. I don't know if it's changed since this, but thank you and blessings. I really like this deck. But it is beneficial for protective, grounding, calming, psychic abilities, intuition, success, manifestation, and stress. It's a great stone to use when meditating, and it enhances intuition. It allows you to achieve your goal with inner peace. Morganite here is the other one that came through for a lot of you guys for the heart chakra. It is a pink variety of beryl, okay? It helps with stress, asthma, vertigo, heart chakra situations. This could even, it helps a lot with blood circulation too. It can release karmic pain or karmic situations that involve around the love area, which I really love because we did see that 3 with the triangles that was really resonating with you guys. And I was instructed to wear my tear ring, okay? This pile particularly, I feel like you may be the type of person who may be very sensitive about your shit, okay? And simply put, you don't like to be indirect about it, okay? I feel like you're going to be attracting somebody who may like beads or rosaries and things like that. I am getting here that you are going to have like a prominent direct situation that happens connected to Jupiter, Venus, on the 2nd and then on the 22nd. There will be a midway point in the 16th where you might feel like something is up in the air. You may want exclusivity. You may feel as though somebody is either not able to give it to you, or they are completely able and ready to give it to you. There's something here about making sure that people are not getting in your way anymore. Because I feel here that you may have reached out or you had a calculated plan and you were trying to get somebody to sacrifice who they are, which would have cost you your morals in some way if this is somebody from your past. If this is somebody that's new that's coming into your life, you may not be completely familiar with this person, but there is a semi story that you may carry with this person. And it may even come from the dream state, okay? But I do get here, there is something about bounce balls, softballs, push balls. Um, I am seeing the little soft, what are they called, bean bags that are coming through here. Blessings and love and light to you guys. I pray that you take care. I'm seeing that there's this really important book that's coming through that I actually read at some point in time. It's about is it the Four Agreements? It's not too long. If it is, I can't remember who it's by, but it was a rather good read when I did read it. A lot of things that can be really significant for this pile for December, in which you will really need to know. And please bear with me because this is pile Doody, all right? I got directly here. A woman slash male slash person, meaning you take that how it resonates. A woman, a male, or a person is doing forms of envious work to convince you that you're interested in that gender, in that same gender as yourself this month, or in a gender that may be something that is not appeasing. Okay, take that how it resonates. That's what this is. Okay, you may be openly LGBTQIA+, but you do not have to be. And you experience some prejudice against women, some because of this occurrence, okay? So you may experience some form of prejudice because of like people knowing that you have no problems with it, or that you do, you have bias, whatever it may be, okay? And what was really significant, a lot of you may have had something related to your childhood when it happened, like the time period when it happened and in your youth, all right? You may be a poet, a writer, you could be a tarot reader, you could be a medium, you could be a famous painter in your past life, know that you are Van Gogh or Montclair, or you have some sort of background, like healthy connection with these individuals where you learn that maybe you do share part of their soul, or maybe you are connected to their family. Because some do split off, especially if you do have relatives who are like multiples and things. So just be mindful with that, okay? That's not going to be for everybody, but you do need to know that, because I am seeing that some of you guys, you're fine, like it's like the peak of a mountain, okay, if you will, the tip of the iceberg. All right, it's giving that vibration here of like the root to a situation. And oh, if you're like somewhere where you're like traveling, I do not mean to like bring fear to you or anything like that. I pray that you guys are safe. I know that might have been like a little bit, you know, shocking. I apologize. I didn't mean, you know, anything bad by that. But I'm seeing here that a lot of you may be going through a lot when it comes to other people and their perception and how they project it onto you. All right? And Doody would tell you directly, like, fuck that shit, or skate off from it, or fluff that. You know, they couldn't really necessarily say, you know, what they wanted to say then at that time, but things were just getting ready to change, especially like when it came to filming and acting and things. Conduct specifically was what happened, and they were already kind of teaching and instructing at the same time. Some of them were. They had like a passion for it or something. But nevertheless, here, like present day in December, I get a lot of you guys really allowing yourself to finally trust something, but it's not going to be necessarily the easiest, especially with you being as attractive as you are, being confident. You could be more bold about who you are. You could even be more or less lenient when it comes to um, how you allow yourself to live your life because you don't have people who are toxic around you or people who are narrow-minded, shallow, if you will. But I do feel here that you have been really forward in your approach. You could be very strong. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of what you've been dealing with, duty, power duty, is really strenuous. And I feel here that you could have focused a lot on your meditation, or you could have really found this emphasis on encouraging people to meditate a lot more. I do see a lot of people wanting medals, goals, and things like that. And this blessing of the lizard, sources watching you, you have this prayer of blessing from mosque energy, and you do have um, like, I was hearing and seeing an energy of an opinionated opinion, and it's around the pyramid here, just behind the man and in between the lion here. There was something here about an energy peeking out, screaming these dark, deviant things. Be mindful, okay? It is from, I'm hearing directly where it's coming from. It is somebody who is a Carib energy, and, you know, no beefies with Caribs. I'm getting here, be mindful. They do have a seasonal thing that happens with them where they have a tendency to just project or send like more evil eye, and it's because of what they went through circumstantially. When I went on my trip and travels and things like that, um, I was already told, like, I had a pre-warning to help in breaking some seven wife spells and, like, you know, multi-husband spells and things like that for some individuals who experienced a lot of it. Okay. I actually saw one myself where I actually saw the original takeover, and I helped in, like, healing that, because a lot of what's been happening is that people have been trying to send it back out, not knowing that it's like, it's one of those things that's been costing connection to, like, outside, like, trade or inside trade and things like that. And it's been causing a lot of, you know, tactical sadness that has already, you know, happened and come to pass. So December is also about you releasing the shallowness that comes with your own personal background history, okay? Because everybody's is going to be a little bit different, okay? But there's typically some stories, you know, in various countries that talk about, like, some things that happened during these times, and things in which you can do to make yourself feel better. Because I am getting here that a lot of you guys may be reminiscing, missing somebody. I am getting that it is nice. Some of you guys may be feeling that it is nice to appreciate some things that are from the past, okay? I am getting here that you are upping your style, or you are bringing back certain styles. Like, people really find you very attractive, very trendy. People can find you very sexy. The chemistry that you give off is quite harmonious. To get that with the Six of Swords, the King of Wands, and just the Five of Cups here for Power Duty, I get this vibration here that you're appreciating this growth that you're in, but you have a lot more sensibility that equals maturity. And if it's not you directly that's going through this, or if you think that you're by yourself, just know that you're not alone. It's more of how I put it, because I do feel like there's somebody around you that does share this energy. I'm seeing it may be like more than one. It could be an animal that has fur that's more this one is more straight brown, okay? This could be more from, oh, this could be a wolf, but I feel like it's more of a coyote. And some may be some goat skin or some wool from some sheep. I am seeing that there may be some cute sheep cleans that you may be watching or something like that. I am getting that a lot of you guys may be getting some pretty faux fur or some cute hats that you really like or appreciate. Some of you are really going to be having a nice deal that comes about, but you'll need to update a form of agreement that you have or a contract that you have. Be mindful, do not give your information to the wrong people, okay? And matter of fact, I feel like you may even be hesitant to do this until it's a better time, more like daytime or a better time for you where you feel like you're more cognitive. You don't necessarily like to give your information out when you feel like you're not fully, cognitive or there, focused, paying attention. So yeah, I feel like things are going to pick up for you too. I feel like you're going to be traveling, moving a whole lot, a lot of communication, a lot of people wanting to send you love and light, but there could only be somebody that you want to connect with, talk to, or have compassion with. I am seeing that a lot of you guys have been honoring your intuitive selves. Maybe you connect with Dionysus, Aphrodite, Aries in some ways. You could like House Stark. You could like bulls, cows. You may like cows with horns, which is not that common, but you may you typically see precious or rare things, or you have rare sightings of things that others do not get to experience or witness. And I feel like recently you've caught something, or you are getting ready to catch something that is like once in a lifetime type of an experience that you really can't believe is happening to you. For some of you, it feels like there's something about you not giving into past life regression or things that may have wanted to take you out, okay? Look, you have this Four of Swords energy here. 44, be very mindful because it feels like if you're around certain individuals, you may feel the scrutiny or the scorn of things, but it's because they may be just minding their business on a day-to-day, but they could be very upset, moody, hormonal, or something like that, having a migraine or a headache, and they're doing their best to keep to themselves. They may be of a different background basis than what you may perceive. They may not be French. They may be, how do you pronounce the language in Greece? I don't want to be rude. Whatever that would be. Okay. I'm getting here that peonies could be really significant as a flower that people are going to be enjoying this month. You're going to be leaving out a lot of situations that don't serve you, but I also feel like you're not limiting yourself to financial sources that you know are draining. This could be about you going back to the drawing board. Okay. Be mindful. I'm seeing that a daughter-in-law is yelling at a mother. They are fair complected. Maybe they do this or they do manipulative form. Like, did this motherfucker flatten your tire? Maybe you didn't know it was them. Don't sow this type of stuff. You need to report this shorty if that's you, okay? Because you may find out that this person had a prior history before, like, they connected with somebody, okay? Okay. I don't know what this is about. Bakara roses could be very significant too. This too shall pass with the Ace of Cups. Oh, you have a doorway to happiness, and you also have this portalway of a loving abundance that comes in. This could be an abundant love, an abundant person, somebody who may carry an aroma They may be of the background of Shun. Okay. Also, is it Osir? Osir. I know of Aesir, Aesir, but this one is more of a O. They may not have too much of a background on them, and they may have um, OCHE. Is it OCHE? That may be one of the forms in which you pronounce their name, Ochi, or Oshi. Okay, but there's something here about that. Somebody may come through who may have some cowrie shells, or they like cowrie shells. Um, they're going to be bringing you tons of fulfillment. Make sure that you're not seeking out temporary love during this time. If you're seeking out something temporary and you know you want something temporary, you're going to get something a bit shorter than what you thought. And I feel like you're not going to believe that it's worth it. Okay. Oh, stay in the house if you can. Lock your doors. Lock your doors. This holiday season, lock your fucking doors. Okay. It was some nasty, slimy, slanky shit out there. I'm seeing some people wonder and question if they should even do their abundant home spell, bringing the ass air from outdoors into the beautiful, precious warmth of the home indoors. Just save that shit right the fuck out. Again, maybe that'll help. Recycling is really important. But I do see, other than that, after we flame the fumes, right? I do feel like there's true divine counterparts and unions that are coming together. And some may be LGBTQIA. Be mindful of all the things that somebody may have been through. All right. If you're really interested in a serious long-term thing, don't play yourself being involved with people who are into substances that really aren't healthy. Okay. Especially during this time, people find ways to keep themselves warm, they believe, by being head high in the head. Okay. And car fumes and stuff like that. So just really take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're not out here dibbling and dabbling in that, and appreciate the things that you are achieving and having. I do see that there will be some positive growth when it comes to some poppies. There will be some beautiful energy when it comes to growth and success in odd times. Okay, some of you guys have some plants that are blooming and growing, that are really, really nice and treating you very well. Be mindful here. I am getting this name Christy, okay, specifically. And the way that I'm getting the name Christy, be mindful. I feel like there's, be mindful of somebody, if you've recently had somebody who was manipulating your car in any way, if that's you, or if you know of somebody who's had something like that, I am seeing you do need to report something a bit further. You need to go to an officer, an attorney, or something like that, because I'm getting here that there's a lot of things that are happening here. You may have some people that are really desperate for you. Oh, wait. Did they try to do things, or did you have sleepovers with some people or something like that? I'm getting this vibration that somebody may be trying to reconnect with you that you don't want to connect with, but they may be using other profiles and things like that. I am also getting here that just doing some protection of your home, your energy, your whereabouts, and things like that. is going to serve you well. Making sure that you are rolling through your body too, even if you have like slight bed rest circumstance and things like that, it could really help your body a whole lot to reactivate itself, to revitalize itself, maybe to bring back some color into your skin if you feel like you're a bit cold, or if you have like, I don't want to say it's anemia, it may be something related to varicose vein circumstance and like how things affect you, your body. But nevertheless, I just pray that you take care. I was getting that grapes, wines could be like really significant, or even berries, deep colors could be significant too. Some of you guys might be into deeper scents, aromas, woodier scents, or even light, florally clean scents could be significant here too, because I do see children are really appreciating some things that they have happening for them. It works really well for them. People could be seeing a lot of improvement that you're making, and they could also notice how shy you've been because of everything that's happened to you. It's like they're surprised or they're shocked because there's a lot of things that some people did to you that you didn't deserve. And I get like that you've really been taking care of yourself a whole lot for a lot of you guys, or they don't understand like how much it is taken out of you with like all of the things that people have placed onto you. Okay. But I pray that you keep strong. I pray that you are able to get where you need to. And that's for everybody here, okay? That wasn't just for the person's name that came out here. They seem like they're fairer complected, but you never know. This could also be that somebody has been inside a little bit more, or that just life has changed, okay? Things have happened, and I do see a lot of these numbers here of shifts, life turns, healing from exasperation and exhaustion. Okay, healing from a ton of exasperation and exhaustion. I know these videos this video might be a little bit longer than what I normally do, but I was told to just do one big one. I hope and pray that this resonates with you guys. Doody. Duty feels like they're rather pissed. That motherfucker pissed this shit. But they'll enjoy this blue moon and everything like that because they prefer not to, enjoy the moon, but better get the sidewalk they rather appreciate. But, sometimes you can have some adventures in the evening and things like that. Things like that happen when you're having fun and just being youthful, minding your business. I mean, there's something here about that. Just enjoy your life. Duty. Wow. Okay? Enjoy yourself. Make sure you take care of everything that you have going on financially. Be careful. You do have Queen of Earth energy that is coming towards you. Very beautiful breast and body. Still make sure that you do your job. Love and light to you guys. Blessings and take care. Bye. And check your card, okay? So, pile 3, your card that you get from the Hot Stuff deck and from the Bad Boys deck, okay? Decks. You get you a nice, wonderful, precious numerical card with some details for you. And then you also get a crystal for yourself with a chemical background on it if you're interested in things like that. But you guys get this. 5. You get the action, change, extra effort to be applied here. You have skills competition and trip to the country here, okay? Exercise energy. I feel here that there's going to be something that you feel a little bit unsure about. It could be something new that you're doing is all it is. But be optimistic with yourself. Do something different. Try something different, okay? You have a healthy body here, recovery after illness, and extra effort to be applied. They want me to reiterate it. Source is saying reiterate that part because they're wanting you to move, to keep going. There's going to be some chains that you start to break, especially if you need to walk again, okay? You have courage, confidence, and return to work. Okay. Um, I feel like be brave with yourself, be trustworthy. Ooh, there's choices that's going to be made. Somebody getting some new work, ink done, or recovering or repairing. Be mindful of your times now after you've had children and things, okay? Because I do feel like a lot of you guys um, may need to pay attention to that, all right? Maybe you didn't know about that. But start researching some of these things or like reading a bit more, a lot of the things. Be mindful if you're like newly coming back to after being gone for a long period of time. Um, I feel like there's parts of your language that may come back. Uh, I am seeing some people that are doing learned language, linguistics during this time. Okay. And last card from my Rizzo card. Thank you. Botswana agate. You have the lower chakras and the chemistry here. Somebody needed that nice orb, but let's see if we need it clear for you guys, all right? There's something here with that. Maybe somebody has a curiosity. They enjoy doing things with chemistry, all right? But beneficial for fatigue, depression, fertility, the brain, release of stored energy, emotional trauma, concentration. The healing properties is Botswana agate, harmonizes the physical body with the subtle bodies. With its many bands, it takes you to unknown territory and helps you find your own creativity. It's a loving yet protective stone. Okay. Thank you so very much. All right. Those are your messages again, and your last little bit or begin a little bit, whichever little bit. Okay. Hey, Paul 3 and Betty Rizzo. I hope and pray all is well with you. So, for your message, let's go ahead and get started. Something about this. It so vibe with Betty Rizzo. There's something about that corset vibe or energy. A lot of you guys might be into blacks, darks, gunmetals, silvers, chromed color clothing. I feel like there's a style that you particularly like, Pow 3, that is coming back or that you just feel inclined to wear and to handle like things in. I feel like there's something that you're doing or changing, and you have a lot of people that want to emulate you and cause you frustration, and it's because they're in lack mindset. Just be mindful to keep your head high, just like Betty. There was situations where glasses were circumstances, excuse me, where she experienced issues. She felt like she was a bit delayed. She was always watching her siblings and things. And, she oftentimes didn't know what to do, but trying to break habits and things, okay? And very intuitive. So I just found that this is going to be a super duper like relaxing month for you guys, for whoever chose this pile. And I feel like you're going to really enjoy what comes from this, because I feel like there's something about the lap of luxury that's coming in for you this December, okay? Oh, there could be somebody here who gets like positive results or update on results when it comes to like a hearing exam or some sort of notification. Maybe it relates to a delay in response. You guys start off with the 5 of air, and you have the Jack of air with strength 11, and it's opposing. So for pile 3, I'm getting here that a lot of what you've been doing has been causing you a lot of hostility, conflict. Maybe you have a conflict that you've been in. And I feel here that you've had a lot of people wanting to represent themselves as you or misrepresent stories about you because you could be a very innocent person, all right? And also be mindful here of like con artistry and stuff like that. I'm feeling like a lot of people who may have different dialects here, who are trying to either come back, stay around, hide out. Okay, so really be mindful, especially if you have known them to have this thing again with dual citizenship or bad dual rights. Okay, and also bad dual agency. I'm also seeing that it just may not be the right time. Maybe even when it comes to land, it just may not be the most stable time right now. Whether it's like too damp, too dry, whatever this is. But I do get this sense of some friction, okay, that could be happening around this time. And I'm getting the vibration here that you need to be mindful about not mixing sugar. Like if you're trying to keep something from not icing, to refrain from using sugar. Like if you're using it for your outside treatment. I don't know who may be using that, but I was just seeing it. Okay, so just be mindful. Um, I'm also seeing here that you have a lot of people that want to reach out to you, contact you, maybe sending you well wishes during this holiday season. Happy birthdays to you. I'm getting that a lot of you may be experiencing maybe like the last few, points of something. I'm also seeing somebody could be very dilated during this time, like 8 centimeters dilated. Congratulations. We have the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Air here. I do get this vibration of feeling dehydrated. Okay, so just be mindful of that if that is you. But also make sure that you're hydrating yourself a bit during this time, a bit more than normal, or using something that's going to moisturize your internal being. Because I do get this vibration here that a lot of you guys might be a bit void or separate from your emotions. And when you come back or you think about December, you might feel like it comes and it goes. Okay, just telling you from how it starts and how it's completing so far. This is letting me know that a lot of what you've been experiencing, it comes from you feeling like you lacked integrity. You may have had issues when you were like a minor child with exhaustive or exasperative issues. Something here with um, air travel, dialect, extreme behavioralism, circumstances here, headaches, maybe because maybe you traveled a lot in youth, or you were always being driven away or transferred in ways. So be mindful with yourself during this time. If you're coming back and you're like recovering from something, really be mindful with yourself and what you're doing. I feel like you have a strong gravitational pull to reconcile with prior work environments and things like that if you're interested in engaging. And if you feel like it's right for you, um, I get the vibration that it may not be as long as you anticipate, but you should trust yourself. Like, let's say you do feel like you need to engage and be active. People are very grateful for what you do. Okay, if I feel like the person that I'm seeing right now, maybe I've connected with you or I've worked with you at some point in time. Blessings and loving light to you. I don't think I ever really got to speak to you a lot because we were in different areas. But blessings to you, love and light, and take care to you. And happy holidays, like I said. But yeah, I just get this vibration of like a lot of you dealing with behavior and you having to just put on a cheery smiley face. Okay, my sweethearts, like you really do, because whatever it is that you have going on out here, you have a lot of people that want to throw you off. They lack a lot of self-receptivity. Like I'm talking about in the ears. Maybe a lot of people have clogged up ears. Some may be sick. Some could be excited. You have people that may be traveling, near and far, and what have you. And also people who may be fearful because they weren't able to, or they found things out, or there were issues that psyched them out. They trusted, themselves, and they stepped back. Prayers to you guys as well, because I am getting this vibration here that like You know, it's been a lot happening. Maybe you have a lot of people that you care for, that you feel like you connect with very well, or that you want to get to. But I feel like this vibe of like, hey, I do have to send you my love, or maybe I'm not going to be completely present or there. If you feel like you're like always having to detail with somebody during this time and it's strange, with the Five of Air and the Seven of Swords, this is a no deal. This is not a karmic relationship where you're growing in this. And I feel like you're learning that. Okay. I feel here that you may have had a person. There's something about, I heard the word accomplice, okay? And considering that we're at Betty Rizzo, I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate the character, you know, as much as they should. There's a lot that Betty speaks of that she does. She even says that she's intuitive in ways, okay? Um, but be wise with yourself, okay? Because I feel with Pile 3 that a lot of you have been trying to like do this getaway plan, okay? Now, if you know you're not a person with a getaway plan, all right, I just feel like you just need some time away. Maybe you have headaches or you have so much going on. Some of you guys could have started back school, or you could be very excited because you have other people who have started school, or they have games, they have things that they're doing, okay? But I am receiving these downloaded message to take care of yourself, be more authentically present, be extremely aware of who you are in your surroundings, all right? And be mindful that there might be people that are extremely curious about you, all right? But I also get here like you have a lot of lying, cheating, stealing, manipulative exes, or people that you used to connect with that want to engage with you. And the way that the Strength card flipped, Pile 3, it deeply lets me know that somebody is really strategic in wanting to take your luck, and they may have Leo placements, or they may have something in their 11th house. If it's not yourself, that affects these placements in your chart. It could have had your Chiron energy a bit stuck, stagnant, depleted. A lot of people who wanted to pressure you, but when I say that this card flipped out like nobody's business, like it was rather like beautifully strange, because I do everything in the upright for these because of how many decks I'm using together. And you know, for it to fall out like that and to be the only one in the center, it was like a dime. Like a diamond is what it showed when it was flipping, and it did a little trick. I love tricks when I'm filming and stuff like that, and just working, like shuffling the cards. I'm just naturally like good at them. Sometimes they're kind of led on. Sometimes it's more things that are meditative to calm your mind naturally that my body does, okay? But I get this vibe here of like you going into forms of trances, or considering what you should do, pushing and pulling. Should you do this? Should you do that? You may even feel like you're really occupied and you have a lot on your mind. You could be worried about time a lot and travel a whole lot, because you have a lot of things that are coming through, maybe even mail that's coming through, people who are sending you well wishes from afar. And close. Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh. People that were trying to get closest to the people that, not only, you're not a codependent person, and I feel like people know that about you. Betty Rizzo. Betty Rizzo, bitch. Betty Rizzo. Oh, y'all are on the wine. Blessings, love, and light. I'm on some Kava Haven myself. I really like the product, might I add. It's not an alcoholic beverage. I think it's for 18 and above though. But it has like ginger in it and things like that. Thank you very much if you are here, or you know, if anybody has tried it. But nevertheless, with the Eight of Swords here and the Two of Wands, there's something here that you have been thinking about reconsidering, and you may have had like a planned strategy at 28. to segregate from something. Okay. And if you had like friends that were limiting you, or you found out that there were like people that weren't your friends, or people that were like trying to take advantage of you or your story, and make you seem like you're extremely, this or that, um, I just get this vibe of like something's not going to be able to stop you, but whoever was trying to stop you will be stopped. Okay. And I get this vibe here that 28 is going to be very significant. 5 months, 5 months and a half could be very significant or really important before somebody has an important encounter. Be mindful here. I am picking up and reading a little bit ahead for you guys for Pile 3, Betty Rizzo. I am getting that you may have an important meeting or a phone call. Either you will be, I'm not trying to push like this dark narrative on you guys. You're either going to be driving at the time and you just need to be a little bit careful, all right, and pay attention to the road, or there's going to be a problem that's fixed. So, like, let's say you have an issue where, like, for some reason there's something with your particular vehicle where none of like something works, like if you need a phone clip to hold up your phone or something like that's going to come out or happen to allow you to advance in some way, like something that's going to help you in your day-to-day is what I mean. And I also feel here you're going to be relatively thankful because in that 5-month period or so, this is like you avoiding an accident or some form of a ticket, you paying attention because you did the right thing. This could be somebody who gets reinstated, somebody here who issues something. I get here, somebody could have, be careful, there's something here. Oh, shit. A Ford Express. A Ford Express RE, and then a Ford Express SE and a SD. Okay, this may be a maker model that's from a foreign country. Oh, this motherfucker's wanted. Okay, so just be mindful of that. People have been looking for it for a while. Ooh, a lot of blood in there. It's going to get recovered. They're going to jail. They're going to prison. They're being detained. They may even be getting deported. Okay. I don't mean to scare my viewers and people who may, be paying attention to my content. I've had a lot of downloads about people who may be getting, deported as well as transferred and things like that. So really be safe, careful, protected. Know that people are doing their best to keep you safe and protected. Maybe, I feel like there's a true blessing of like somebody's going to get home and be like breathing that sigh of relief because they didn't think they were going to make it. Okay. But I get this vibe here of like, seriously, like you may be going somewhere to either meet somebody, and if it's not you meeting somebody there, this is more about you. You may find out the truth. Like somebody is a total and complete liar, joke, narcissist, has a habit of doing something, a habitual behavior in air travel, and they could ask people to go with them, like friends, groups, and stuff. They're going to be like, they're going to get their passport taken away, and they're going to be taken away and removed because they've been doing a lot of like airport stalking and stuff. I'm sorry, YouTube, but with the seasons of things, I feel like this actually is quite appropriate. Like, we can't sugarcoat things. People may, you guys may need to be aware as well. Some of you guys may be here. Happy holidays. You have the Jack of Earth. Jack of Earth and the Four of Fire here. So you're going to be releasing a lot of pressure, having extreme happiness. Be mindful of a marriage or something that's quickly happening. I feel like it's quickly to get like cut off, and this is not to bruise egos because of the way that it flipped over and fell out. I do feel like a lot of you guys will have some sort of quick hitch though, or like a love call that you're really, some of you guys, you should take something seriously. Like if somebody asks you out on a date, um, somebody who may appear like a hopeless romantic, consider it or think about getting to know them. I feel like there's some sort of planned adventure around you. Be careful. Oh my gosh. I am so over these fucking people. Flucking. Yes, I said that. Flucking people that are around these waterfalls, these, it's like these water amusement parks, doing things to them, causing damage to them, further damage to them, and all this other shit. And then trying to get like benefits and stuff. Like money, take advantage of folks. And so please be advised, like if you're going over in that area, because I know like, you know, with holidays, different things, they have like movies that are going on, they have light shows that are happening and things. You know, be careful like where you're going and keep your family and yourself safe. Make sure that things are locked is what I really want to emphasize here. 84 and 48 could be very significant. There could be a 84th anniversary of something. Okay. And then a 70th, as well as a 7th. Congratulations here. There's a soccer and a football and or football tournament here. There's going to be something that gets overturned. I'm also getting here in December that there's going to be a ref that gets investigated. It could be multiple refs that get investigated, but I feel like there could be some other issues here, maybe some other family members that are getting investigated because they've been found out about. They've been having some issues behind the scenes with their health. I'm hearing juicing up again, okay? And we do have this here in the reverse, and I'm here for it, okay? Because as the overall energy, and I believe this is Tear in the reverse, I just see that you've been really shifting and changing in your vibration. You're no longer romantically driven with like things that you know are not going to serve your highest good. You're not an extremist. You're not going to delay yourself with people who want to like keep you down or boss you around or like try to falsify that they know you or get to know you. These are like people who are really scared about the fact that they paid attention to people who aren't like well or in their highest calling. I called it Tear, it's not Tear, but I am still looking for it. Apologies, I just got this deck. It's Ur or Ul, but it's YR. U is the greenest of wood in the winter. There is usually, when it burns, crackling. U, bent bow, and brittle iron, and giant of the arrow. Not that much is known about Ul, or Ur, from the myths. He is a winter god associated with skiing, archery, bears, single combat in the wilderness. So I'm getting here, particularly a lot of you guys may even have some energy driven from like Klondike bar energy, like chocolates, vanillas, and stuff like that. You may be using a lot of peppermints, particularly. You could be wanting to ski, get around nature a whole lot. Be mindful here that a lot of the things that you may think that you can do or do whatever you want, it may not go as well as you perceive it to go, okay? Especially if you're trying to do some forms of like natural wildlife hunting, okay? Because I do get this vibe here that there's something about just trusting the natural environment around you, but knowing that a lot of things that were being torched, for example, it felt like if you were in Cher's fireplace, if you will, over in the west of the United States, and then also in some other countries, praying for you guys as well. Like, if you felt like literally torched and blue, there are side effects to those other areas. You know what I mean? And I'm getting here that there's this effect that is taking place. There is a shift that is happening, but all of these things that come up, ways to finally investigate things, to truly research things, to solve things, to figure out what was being crafted, why, the intent. You know what I'm saying? All of these things are going to be like, oh, popped up. You're getting caught up. Things that people really didn't think that they would ever get caught up for, they're going, okay? It's giving that. As the winter god, he seems to rule over Asgard in the winter months when Odin is off traveling. There is a feeling that he is a natural choice for this role because perhaps he ruled in some older time. There is also a strange paradox about Ymir. He is a god of solitude, the winter months, taking time alone, hibernation, and good use of resources. Yet he is also connected with Yuletide, feasting, community, and good times. The paradox of Ymir is further the paradox of Ymir is further defined by the yew tree evergreen hot burning. It can sustain life in the darkest of winters, yet the tree itself is highly toxic and can cause death. That is something that is very important to note and to annotate. Okay, evergreens. Okay, if you have children around you and things like that, be very mindful about evergreens, even if you're using it as an oil. Okay, specifically, it may not necessarily always be the wisest to use, like, even if you're using it in a humidifier and things like that, okay, or if you use your own oils. A pretty decent, wonderful alternative that I have come across is pine needle oil, okay? And it's not one that I hear a lot of people speaking about, and I use it very seldom. But it is very cleaning. It is very cleansing. It can cause you to feel very hopeful, very calm, very peaceful. Um, it's very soft and enlightening, but it does have like I know some people don't like mint per se. I would say it has more of an Aziza leaves. If you've ever smelled that before, it's like that with a hint of mint. I'm talking about like the faintest hint of mint, okay? I think that, that might be a good alternative for you, if you do have a sensitivity or if you're looking for like some alternative there, I would go with that. And again, this is a guidebook from Maddie Oruna. I really appreciate this very much. Thank you so very much. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about endings, right? Yeah, and poisons, all right? Being mindful of like the things outdoors, the importance of it. Like, let's say you're wanting to end or terminate something. Like, I know I've been doing some things to try to end the spread of stuff, like with sprays, from like neighbors and stuff where they, notified of like issues and stuff, right? They have like some poison ivy that grows on their side, and then it kind of like creeps over, and it's kind of affected our trees and stuff. We've kind of been advised not to really touch it and stuff because of what's happened, but to be patient, whatever. So I use like these sprays and stuff to kind of prevent it from getting like poisonous and stuff, because I have sensitive children, so I try to like just keep it safe in the meantime, do what I can, you know. But yeah, there's like certain things like that that you can do to keep yourself healthy, to keep your land healthy and things. It says, perhaps within your is the gateway between death and life. The deep rooted yew tree growing so very high is the axis mundi, the spaces between spaces. There's a feeling that once he had more prominence, but his tale are lost to us now, perhaps similar to Tyr and Heimdall. To survive in the snowy wilderness would take preparation, perseverance, and some degree of stored resources, and all of these are key associations with this room. It can suggest a need to be prepared and also a need to allow yourself to flourish based on work already done. When I make the shapes of yours rune with my body, my feet slightly wider apart, my torso dropped, my knees bent in a natural skiing position, I feel grounded, stable, rooted. To feel, to really flourish and survive in the wilderness, deep roots are needed. And the key words here are solitude, patience, winter, rest, stored reserves, and preparation, protection. Okay? Be mindful here when it's talking about your body and its position for skiing. Okay? Because I get this vibe that maybe you have been thrown off, or you have like a foot issue, or you have a slight issue here when it comes to your body. And there's something here that you've been doing a whole lot that shows it, okay? And I feel here you may need to work on flexibility. Sometimes you may feel like you may open up a little bit more. Okay, sometimes you may just need to go back this way. You never know what you might be. But I just get this vibe like that you're very flexible, but there are parts of yourself that you may do that stiffens you up. Okay, it stiffens you up, and it may cause you to feel very comfortable where you are. But like, let's say you need to tighten your body or get closer, you need to loosen up in certain areas. Like, what gives you your you? Okay, because I feel here that a lot of you guys have been trying to figure out ways to heal, how to get comfortable where you are. You could be like tossing or turning or spinning around or appreciating this new comfortable you. And whether it's people are proud of you, happy for you, mad, relieved, um, I feel like nevertheless, what's going to be happening for you guys this December is that totality, that vibration that you finally feel the security in. I can keep going ahead and pushing along. I feel like that's what's going to happen for you guys this December, where you will really appreciate what's going on for you. Those were your messages, Pile 3. I hope and pray that this resonates with you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I would love to read for your energy. Happy holidays to you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, Pal 4, and your hot stuff is what's first and next, what's most important for Pal 4. So, let's see what's going on for December and what you need to know most. Man, it's really hot. Ooh, married couple, large family. You have an antidote to any bad, um, ooh, bad cards. An antidote to any bad cards. So that means that this is most likely something that's going to be happening to somebody else and not yourself, or it's going to work out in the end for you, okay? For Power 4. And this relates to your success, your security. Oh, a theater, casino, amusement park. Ooh. Some of you guys are going to have a situation or incident that happens. You could be like on a roller coaster ride or something like that, visiting children or being around them. Be mindful of somebody who's trying to play you while you're trying to help others, or you feel a sense of purpose to something, trying to be honorable in your industry or something like that. You're going to learn the root to why somebody really reached out to you. They were taking advantage of you. What's going on in December 4th? Pile 4, please. What's the stone that they're going to need? Thank you. You have stormatolite. It's the base chakra. It's a fossilized algae based off of its chemical makeup. All right. Let's see if I can go ahead and try to get the motherfucking. You can go ahead and see. But it is beneficial for your nervous system, for the throat chakra, your feet, bones, your teeth, bladder, for past life healing, illness, astral healing. You have that it helps you to look to the future. As it's went through transformation, it aids you in evolutionary change. It connects you to the earth and lets you maintain your own point of view. Okay. So I get that there's going to be clearly something that's meant to happen, a storm that is meant to come in, one that was obviously brewing. So be very mindful and honest about where your truth has been, because I feel like there's something that relates to commitments here, your higher self, who you're connected to, maybe even family business expansion, somebody who's wanting to connect or collaborate with you. Please be mindful of people who are wanting to come out and like secretly film you from a other targeting crew. Okay, this could be somebody who films, somebody who shares knowledge in a community that you're in. Paul Sandy Olsson. Okay, I get this vibe that there's somebody here who wants to kind of like play off of you. You're planning and hoping to get money, but I feel like it's not necessarily what is going to happen here. Okay, just so that you know. All right. It was just rather weird, like what came out. But let's go ahead and take a look to see what's going to come out for you guys for this December. This could be like when you're out at parks. You could be like having to protect your family, appreciating them. The Cat in the Hat or Theodore, guys, it could be very significant to you. You could really find them very appeasing, very attractive, or you just like stripes. You like that idea. That could be the theme that you're using, or you like peppermints during this time, something that's wholesome. Maybe you like cartoons that are a bit in that style of manner in which they would create. You may have even written. You wrote about this person, or about something being your favorite in your childhood or something like that, or growing up. Some of you guys, you've performed or did some form of like a college essay. You may have even done like shows, carnivals, in admiration or appreciation to this person. You have the waxing crescent. The current energies are on your side, rebuilding, motivation, and serendipity. Excuse me, energetically, if I feel, or I come across as not being the best when it comes to communication. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be in a positive alignment towards adventure, but also connected to the east of yourself. Okay, there's something here about you wanting to expand, go far, move forward, and progress. I feel like you've been very patient. I feel like source is suggesting that you be very optimistic as you rebuild in your life, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of inspiration that comes in. You have the Knight of Swords here. This is about phone calls, communication, fast, swift movement, change. This could be change of plans. This could be about like the pace of something, the velocity, the speed. I'm also getting here that this is about pins and needles that somebody may have when it comes to the feelings and the emotions in the physical body. I do feel here that a lot of you guys may have some tension. You could be very motivated but alert. Okay. And when it comes to whatever it is that you're focusing on, it could be related to you knowing that there are people around who wanted to intimidate you. Okay. Who wanted to take advantage of situations here connected to you. You have the Two of Swords here, and you have the Five of Coins. This is definitely giving Libra, Aquarius, Virgo. Capricorn wanted to come through, but it is not the sign for this card particularly. Okay, just be mindful here, because I feel like there's a Capricorn male as well as a female that like some of you guys could be one of these signs here, and you have people that like to energetically swap with you. Okay, you already know what this person looks like and what they appear in the spirit realm. And this is how they appear in the spirit realm, but they could be of the opposite sex, gender, and things like that. So just be mindful, because I feel like this person likes to curate or project a lot of this energy onto you to make it seem like it's you, to create this persona that you are this bad guy or girl, or however you believe yourself to be. All right. But I am getting here that what you're going to be seeing in December, with the Two of Swords and the Five of Coins right after this, for Pile 4, is a lot of you thinking outside the box because you feel like you have no choice. Okay. Because some idea, some plan didn't go as planned. And it's because you recognize that something was never planned to go well. Like, let's say you've already um, tried to, like, I don't know, get a reading. I'm seeing some of you guys, you've already like done a card on it or tried to pull a card in some way to see if it was going to work out for you. And you were already told, no, it's not. And no matter what you did, maybe you even gave it a bit of force, whether you believed you did or didn't. I'm getting this vibe here that you're going to see why it didn't work out, because you do have the Ten of Swords and you have the Ace of Cups that follows right after. You have a nice, sweet energy here. A lot of you guys could have been doing something to heal when it comes to massage. You could have been healing when it came to anger management, healing nerve endings, okay? Healing pain when it came to essay writing, when it came to typing. I get also that somebody here has been trying to create strenuous energy on themselves to try to gain favor in something that they're already guilty in. Okay, this could be somebody here who is a Leo energy, a female energy. Be very mindful. All right, they have a tendency to do this a lot, and somebody is super aware of this. I was getting the name Kylie. I feel here that there's something about an energy about you being better about yourself. Powerful, like feel better about yourself. Okay, like do better, get better, receive more, because you have a lot of miracles that are coming into you that are in divine alignment with where you need to be. You're going to be receiving a lot of fulfillment. You're going to be recognizing perhaps where a lot of people wanted to take advantage of situations. Okay. I'm seeing and hearing this energy of somebody who is Polish and likes like the food Polish. Okay. Sausage. Um, With the super moon here and the flowing moon for Pile 4, what you need to know is that you will emerge triumphant in the end. Fate, victory, and success and achievement is what you will obtain. You will have a lot of emotional fulfillment too. A lot of flattery when it comes to a lover, somebody who wants to connect with you. But I also feel like it's new energy. It's new, promising energy. It could even be you surrounded by florals. It could even be you surrounded by oh, you could be having positive energy because something that you've planned or a meeting that you wanted with a fitting is going as you desired or wanted. Okay. Be mindful here. Don't um, overdo it when it comes to like something that you've already invested in, like a blanket. I'm seeing somebody who might mess with something on purpose just to affect you, to attack you, to harm you. Okay. And this is a boy, like an actual boy child, and they're doing something to try to punish you. Okay. If you do have a boy energy around you, this is a little boy. And you have this flowing moon energy, which is about divine abundance, but also the symbol that things are going to flow again, especially if you feel like things were dry or that you felt dehydrated, you felt like you needed to see. You could be in some regimen or some sort of routine. Some of you guys, you may need to step back from drinking lemonade um, because you have one that is a bit too sugary from what you've been eating when it came to the holidays recently. You're wanting to make sure that your heart rate doesn't go up if you have diabetes. Some of you guys, you've been focusing on your calorie intake. And I feel here that a lot of you have recognized that it does come from what you have been consuming as far as drinks. You will see a lot of improvement when it comes to your mentality, your eyesight, okay, and how you perceive things during this time. You're going to be getting a lot of lucky breaks when it pertains to money. because of the aspects that are happening in the sky between the 1st and the 12th. You're going to be disembarking on things that initially mattered to you because of timing. Those things stop mattering to you. And then following that, everyone, you're going to be feeling like there's a lot of energy that lets you go deeper. When you go deeper, you're going to recognize how cooling things are. When you recognize how cooling the surface is, you're going to see that what you were afraid of was basically the reflection of something that appeared very hot, overwhelming, overburdening. Okay? Doesn't mean that it's not going to get hot. All right? Nevertheless, though, you want to make sure that you're not being overwhelmed by the innate things that want to make you go into the deep web of surface. So when you're going into these depths, I'm talking about things like shadows that may scare you. You may notice if you're very intuitive and you're very aware, or you are cognizant that here and there things tend to talk. Spirits also tend to communicate with you. They're going to be very active. All right. And this is between the 16th. Then you'll notice a stop around the 18th, and then around the 22nd, it'll pick back up. All right, up until the end of the month. Now, this is happening to show you that your dreams are beginning to take shape. Your ancestors are helping you. You're being called in a different way too, but you're also um, like self-aware of what's been afflicting you, what's been affecting you, what's been causing you a bit of nervousness. Where do you feel anxious? Where do you feel like you need improvement? Do you feel like it was good for you not to judge yourself? Whatever you feel during this time, pal, for. But you're doing it effortlessly, and you have this movement that shows that you're allowing for things to take place, for this change to happen. It is giving the vibration of the world card, and that's why you have the lucky stars, your overall energy here at the bottom of the deck. Expect a fortunate turn of events. Fortune, special gift, and gratitude. Be very grateful and gracious to the Most High for everything that they're doing for you and to you, because I feel here that you've been having tons of unexpected beginnings and endings, okay? Trials and tribulations. You've also been going to extreme lengths to find miraculous answers and healing, okay? And I can tell that because one of the downloads that I received, it was extremely important, and it related to a lot of the characters from the main, from the initial and original cast and things. And it affected me a lot. And I feel like that's what's happening for you. It's like things that you may feel like you should ignore, or you should find ways to keep yourself not focused on it. It brings you back to just the right time when you need to pay attention to it and not, get too overwhelmed. Also, nonconformity is going to be really resonant when it comes to your style, your wardrobe, your form of dressing. Be very mindful when you have strict codes and things like that when it comes to your jewelry and things, you know, especially like in school. If it's not you that's attending school, it may be a child. If it's not you having a child, it may be somebody that you come near. It is the holiday season. It could be something, related to that, where if you're trying to figure out things to get a child and things, maybe, things to remember. All right. I'm also getting here that there's a lot of growth and improvement that's going to be coming in December, and you should appreciate it and trust it. All right. Now, the last message that came through, um, it was really, really personal to both Olivia Newton-John and Rue McClanahan. Okay. As well as another actress that I later found out um, is related to one of the actresses that I've just named, and they were the teacher. Okay. Mrs. I may forget it, may not put it here. I do apologize though, but sincerest condolences to you. But they share an autistic relative that lived in a home that had an unwell porcupine. Okay. And we're talking about a person who is related to them, who is special needs and gifted. Okay. This is back in the day. Correct. And they said that they would hear sounds like in their home or around their home area, and assume that they were seeing like whatever it is in their eyes. This is what they said. This is what I wrote. This is what they were saying to me. Um, they were having visions of this porcupine before they discovered it, basically. And they were trying to figure out what it was that they were seeing. Okay. And then they said it just like this: thenceforward, I go on to the porch with cat food and throw it by a tilted slab on the sidewalk while I'd smoke and talk to myself and sometimes Hanktown neighbors. Okay. This person is saying that there was like a cat that they would feed this tilted piece of concrete slab that would sometimes have like grass that would grow out of it with some dirt on the side or whatever. Eventually attracted, the food and things, the scent attracted a porcupine. They later picked up and stuff like that. They took care of it. They wound up getting sick, not knowing that they were ill and unwell and all this stuff, hadn't taken care of themselves. Meanwhile, this later on wound up causing their family to get a form of like, I believe they stated it was a hereditary form of illness. Okay, and if you look at all of these actresses, they have various forms of it. Okay, it's very unfortunate. They're very sorry, and they did change for the better. And I learned that, since many of these individuals have, crossed over, that they have found it in their heart to forgive because they learned of the story. And that's why they wanted to share it, because they learned that the person was unwell. And when you think of like the cause and the times and stuff, they were actually alerting me that in spirit form they were seeing, them in their childlike forms, helping and guiding them in that life. So it actually kind of drove them to believe themselves to be psychic and intuitive and things, and they were and are. Okay, which is very awesome when you see how we um, help, our ancestors, and how we helped them, and they were saying thank you. And that is the gift that keeps on giving here. Some of you guys may have Aquarius, Libra, Pisces, Capricorn, Gemini, Aquarius placements in your chart, as well as Cancer. Okay. But, oh, we have Scorpio too. Yeah. It's not as loud as the others or prominent, but nevertheless, that is what I have for you guys for um, this December for you guys. I pray that it resonates with you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I would love to read you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Love and light to you guys. I apologize for Frenchy Faccion. That's where the I comes in, might I add. If you ever thought that the I in her first name was an I, it's a Y. Frenchy Faccion. Okay. I hope and pray all is well with you, and welcome to your December message. Okay. Frenchy is very particular. She said before we allow these intruders to alert us about, whatever they want to follow you on about, she said she wants to talk about the fact that she loves lace. Since they are no longer with us, the person who played the original character, they love lace. Okay. Frenchy Faccion loves lace. Thank you. We've spoken and connected on a deeper level, but they are Frenchy Faccion. Okay. Not to be mistaken with Rocky. If anybody was doing any character overlap, she said, not happening here. Yes, sir. Enough. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into these bad fellas and what they have to say. They only want a short bit of your time, apparently. Just real sweet, the folly of them. Buggy disruption, unexpected changes, jokers, really serendipitous energy. I am seeing fives and sixes could be really important and significant. Fives and sixes. 56 could also be very significant too. Um, this could also be somebody who may come through as being a middle aged male in future readings. If it's not with myself, it could be somebody else that you come through, um, and get a reading about or a check-in message about from somebody else. I was picking up almost personal reading from Tyler Tarot, uh, or if they've updated it or changed it, it may be Tyler's Tarot. I'm not really sure, but it could be from that person. So just be mindful if you were trying to pick up on like who somebody may be or something like that, or if there's some sort of disruption. Ooh, it's given a second chance. What has been before will be again. Fickle, faithless. They've been faithless, and they're showing me my ascended master deck, the self help healing oracle. Dodging? Are they dodging? No, they're not improperly dodging. Oh, Faith fucked up and Faith is a man. That's a beautiful finch right there. Hi, Finchy. Like an actual finch, like a Georgia finch. Anyway, um, you know, sorry, reminding our business. Thinkley could be very significant. I know somebody who has that last name. Oh, and an additional, but I don't know them. Maybe blessed, take care, happy, congratulations. Maybe it's their relatives or somebody there that's connected, something like that. Hmm. Finley is also connected here too, somewhere down the line. Anyway, we have blue chalcedony. Oh, beautiful. Okay. This particular rock right here in stone is very connected to that stone. So that's just really odd that they came out. Throat chakra. Okay. Um, here you go. If you would like to take a screenshot or you're interested, um, this isn't like bad energy, might I add. If you were like worried, it's just a part of the, you know, theme and things. They have good pointers and tips, but just be mindful. Like, let's say if you have asthma, okay, if you are sensitive to energy and things like that, um, these things might be healing, but at that time, maybe they weren't doing things that were so good. So we're transmuting that energy, just so you know. And if I didn't say it in the other readings, it is permissible. Okay. Um, but it's a light blue variety of chalcedony. It's beneficial for communication, depression, nightmares, immune system, lungs, negative thoughts, anti inflammatory eyes, and bones too. Okay. And chalcedony opens the mind, it says, and it promotes optimism. I brought this up because it's a connection to Angelite as well as blue chalcedony because of how I blended it. Okay. I'm quite good with that. With blending stones and things myself. I learned how to do it. I learned that I'm gifted with it. I saw a lot of magic happening. And I would just start doing healing work, what I thought was Reiki, until more recently, like in the last year or so, I found out that it is more of a shamanic healing on top of Reiki too, that I was naturally doing. Now I'm learning how to practice a bit more with it. But yes, I'm very great at blending stones. So that's why I said that it was rather unique that it came out because I have it sitting right here on my Frenchy deck for you guys. So, we're getting on with it, but I just found it very cute. Blue chalcedony opens the mind, promotes optimism and lightheartedness. It is a protective stone when it comes to psychic attacks and helps you accept new ideas. It promotes emotional expression and enhances mental flexibility. Okay. This is going to be a really nice, soothing energy for you guys. I feel like this is going to help you when it comes to frustration, when it comes to a lack of fluidity, and wherever you feel it. Even in your bodily systems, a lot of you guys, you may have odd symptoms or symptoms that may be only a certain few or a certain group experience. Let's say, for example, you get symptoms when it comes to having low blood sugar or something like that. And there's a large, vast amount of people who show signs and symptoms of this. But let's say um, you have like slight dyslexia and they've been changing things, and you have people who haven't been um, able to keep consistent in your life, or maybe they're not around for um, various reasons. Perhaps they've ascended. Oh, look at you. Okay, well, I'm just going to let you know now that there's a lot of ancestors that are coming through and people who have ascended that are crossed over, no longer, here in this direct playing field that we consider the 3D. Um, they're here, like their energy is coming through to you. They may be sitting around you, connecting with you. 1331 could be very significant. Um, and 156, I'm getting, and 173 could be very significant. Okay. There's 015 is also another one that's coming through, and 0451 is also another one that's coming through, and 0213. Um, and there's something about the five counting. Oh, and they have been fishing in this pond pool water thing connected to the Big and Little Dipper and Little Bear and things like that. Maybe some people are learning about um, a lot of astrological wonders and all of those things in various ways. Someone could have ascended into a higher calling of a teacher. We have to be mindful that we are in our Frenchy, group and things like that. And, um, just be mindful. I'm sorry, Frenchy, very sorry. This is something about the judgment, too, that the principal had when it came to her dreams and ideas. She did want to leave um, and go to like a vocational school and study and things like that. And she was labeled a dropout, but she wanted to be a good, rebellious, equestrianistic esque wanderer, you know? And people who wanted to force her to stay on the straight and narrow when her goal was to be a teacher at Rydell, instructionally, as someone who would eventually help when it came to their arts department and things like that. Okay. And there's something here about them wanting to begin and start a school where they would eventually be a collegiate leader at. So this was addition two. And yes, that is possible. Plenty of people do it now. Back then, they had her convinced that she couldn't do it. But, this month is about love for you and the love in which you have about a lot of things. And so I'm very sorry to those who still kind of experience that, in various ways, in many ways, because there's a lot of people who do experience that type of restriction. You know what I mean? And it's very upsetting. So let's go ahead and take a look to see what's happening in December for you all and your best and highest good, of course. We have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Devil here. Okay. And you have this energy of things working out well because of how you've planted seeds and things turning out well and fruitful for you. and you have this splendor that's coming in. Okay. So things that the average person wouldn't necessarily be able to obtain in a positive light, you receive. And of course, this is going to cause bitterness, jealousy, people who want to tally things, and they don't understand why they don't get it. They may have similarities to you too, okay? And be very mindful, because I'm getting here, you shouldn't always pin it on the person who you feel like may be directed here. So, like, let's say, like you have Capricorn in your chart, you know, be mindful with that, okay? Because I'm seeing here, you may have to say a sign isn't important because you've been competing with one specific person when really it's not them who's been messing with you, okay? And like that's what you need to like come into the awareness of and the insight of, okay? It's like, don't fool yourself here. But also, if you haven't been like, worried about anybody else, like in a way of like copycatting you or doppling you and things like that, be mindful. It could be somebody who is aware of the story, who's been mimicking it, manipulating it, trying to instigate it. It's something that maybe if you had a connection with people was already discussed and you were notified or somebody was told how to communicate it, okay? Because of how someone started to use an exercise behavior pattern towards somebody who is healing and recovering from these things who may have Capricorn in their chart. Be mindful. Some of you guys um, have like a lot of yes, you have a lot of energy that is coming in to support you, to nurture you, ask you if you need assistance and help, inquiring about you while you are this Queen of Pentacles energy. Um, and I'm getting here that you deserve that. It's the gift that keeps on giving in this sense. All right. Remember, this is not Ten of Wands energy. This is not people who have given you a hard time that even make you question if you should trust them. Okay. This is going to be different. All right. And it's going to be very rewarding, very exciting, very promising, and it's unexpected. And I feel with you, Pal Frenchy, um, Pal 4 here, is that although others wanted to taunt you, you really are the star. Your crown is very important. You matter very much. Your true person here, they admire you so much because they don't like their dreams right now or what they've already enacted out. And they could really feel greedy, selfish, torn apart. And they're wondering why things don't work or why they don't have an interest. It's because some of your ideas contribute to things that will help them to gain vitality in their life and in their things that they have passion in already. Like your ideas are going to actually bring them true success and abundance. Like they have no idea, basically, right? And this is why they may feel like their enemies have been targeting them, or that people who have been targeting you have been also attacking them. It's something we've discussed here. If you've been on my channel before, or maybe you've been to different readers who've stated something like this to you. But I'm also getting here with you, Frenchy Faccions. I'm getting that a multitude of just empty promises that you received and dark energy that you guys received until this connection comes in, or if you're with it, you're purging together, but also you're healing a lot, because I'm not going to lie to you, some of you guys, you're not meant to trust this person. You need to remember that if you were told not to trust your person, Maybe they're working on that part. Okay. Maybe you need to focus on healing that connection that you have with them in the romantic department or sector. If you're being called to connect there, but if they're kind of being like, oh, I don't want to connect with you anymore, in whatever forms or fashions, then whatever. Then you know that a lot of the opposite of what a lot of people have been saying in a loving fashion or harmony would be more of the truth. Okay. And you would need to take it as such because you're in a place of prosperity. It's tough truths. You know, the devil energy with the Queen of Pentacles has that discernment. And the Seven of Pentacles is a no bullshitter energy with the Joker. Don't be fooled. Okay? Really earthly energy with Aries energy. And a lot of times, even Aries has a tendency to get derogatory to Capricorn energy, devil energy. It's just in their form of communication and play. Um, Especially because of how wise Capricorn is typically known to be. And in connection, you know, Aries is the baby, the one who is always inquiring, but before inquiring, has to recognize that they have just gotten out of the state of birth. Okay. You or this person or both could have children or be a nurturer to children in many ways that, you know, may resonate for you. You have the Three of Cups. Mm. In December, around the um, 13th. It may even pop up around the 11th for some of you guys if you get your um, things early, like your pre 2 months early. Okay, just be on the lookout around then. All right, in December, I'm getting this vibration here that if you have a friend group or you have a group of individuals that you're around that you care with, care for, or you tend to children with, or something like that, and you have like a care service with a group of individuals, somebody has spell work or enchantment or something like that over themselves that they have been doing to make others convinced that they aren't wrong, like forced to believe them, to trust them no matter what. With the Eight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, I get this vibration here that they have been pulling on the gifts of the other two, and you may be one of these individuals. All right. For those of you in that specific situation, scenario, and instance. Cancer is significant. Pisces and Scorpio is very prominent here. Cancer twice. Um, I feel here this could be, if this gives you a hint of who it may be, because I don't know if it's something where they know if they're doing this on purpose or if it's something that is affecting their work life, not passing judgment. You know what I'm saying? I'm just bringing it up so you know. But just so you know who this person is, there's an earth sign who actually stepped away from this person having signals of being either sick, either repulsed, not liking them, feeling like they're bullshit, or just feeling like they just had to go because they were just so tired, like so tired of the nonsense of this person. It could have been somebody full of drama, somebody who um, may have wanted to make it seem like they were being attacked because of their complexion. And really, what I'm seeing the root to this person may be using something uh, with paganism, like affirmations and things like that, witch related, whether they know it or not. It doesn't feel like they're completely intentionally doing it. Okay. Um, and a part of what they're using, they had this basis at some point in time where they had this false pretense where they projected onto a person that they were um like being racially or spiritually or like judging them in some way, shape, or form, and they weren't. Okay, they were not. um and that's unfortunate because I feel here that um like this person would have wanted to know the truth. You know, the person in the Three of Cups energy, like they, if this person, you know, this person who stepped away, if they would have known that they were being affected by them so much, you know, they wouldn't have acted the way that they would have or did to them, whether you know it or not. Because I don't know if you were at this job, you know, when this happened or not. But let's read on. I am seeing if this is a love encounter situation where you've had um, oh, I didn't even see the next card, but it's the Three of Swords now. I just saw it. That's mad odd. If you've had confusion or if there was like a pool of people and you were trying to choose, I'm seeing that there may be somebody that you have more of a homage to, or you have children to, or you nurture in some way, shape, or form, but it's over. It's been over since you found out about some infidelity with the Three of Swords here for a lot of you guys, okay? Take it as it resonates. Some of you guys, this has been over for a very long time. For others of you guys, you may be in a karmic situation right now where you haven't completely finalized things, but you don't feel completely in it. Just take it as it resonates. And if that's not you who feels that way, know that your counterpart, and know that nobody else is forcing this, okay? Because that may be what you need to know. And I feel this from the heart space, from the heart chakra. Um, like let's say this person has a north node that goes into Capricorn or something like that, because I do see Aquarius energy and Libra and Gemini energy in the Nine of Cups. um and then somebody here who struggled with healing something that they were curious if it was an illness, an ailment, as well as a fantasy. Okay, and they've healed it. They've resolved this thing, right? So now there's something that's conflicted with this thing. Now they consider it immoral. Basically, they felt immature, now they're very mature. So now there's something here, perhaps with child. They feel like there's some infidelity now. A son here could be very significant. You may need to know that this person may feel like this situation is over because you've hurt them. I'm hearing jagged edge, walked right out of heaven, damn near threw their life away, explosive, angels, the poof from the beauty school dropout when they dip and leave, and how they said they was always gonna be sad like bees in this motherfucker. Um, if homie did the trip, you know, broke his hip limb type of thing. And he not wishing ill, no bad intent. Um, but yeah, with the King of Pentacles here in the reverse, a really doubtful position here and how it came out. You may really need to know that there is somebody here who, with the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups that just came out, they've been doing things to try to see if they can cure and heal like you've asked. But there's a lot of exhaustion in the eye that you know that you cannot ignore. You know, once you take off the mask, or when this person comes in, or how you feel, and things like that, too. And at the heart of this matter, you could feel like you're just always surrounded by um, like what you've done. Like let's say you feel like you're being guilted a lot, or like let's say you did have infidelity circumstances or something like that, and you've been wanting to heal, perhaps healing from being a sex worker in some ways, but knowing that maybe some of what you did will relate to how you will help like in the future. Be mindful here, because I do feel like there's a lot about the risks and the deception that some of you guys may carry. Or if it's not you, it could be somebody around you. They may have this energy. Really dark. Like, let's say you're not the person who's had third parties and things like that. Somebody's third party situation is going to really get exploded, because I am getting the vibration here that there was other magic related to this. Okay, like they had people who they've hired to assist them in this kind of work to get away with it and not get caught, and now they're more mad at the fact that they got caught, and that the practitioner, like, they're more upset now that the practitioner might be out. Like, Frenchy, I got a puppy dog on there in the pug for a reason. I'm sorry. Okay. um Frenchy, so sorry. um you know, it's the blue chalcedony. It's the stuff. It's the rocks. The joke. That's what I'm so sorry. Return to the center. No need to trigger. Um, no need to trigger. We have the Two of Cups. Okay. Right. Um, with the Two of Swords, you guys. This December, I get this vibration here. You can't play petty no more. Like, you cannot play petty in the love department category. I feel like you have somebody that wants you no matter what, and you have bullshit that's just falling down. You may like Harlequin. Now, be very mindful. Do not allow somebody to spend too much of the night in your mouth if you have health concerns around them parts and areas for the next month and a half. Okay. And if you do have a safety precaution, do play that out until about that 3 month period. Okay. Um, Now, I am getting here that a lot of obsidian, healthy amethyst, meaning make sure that it's properly charged, um, dark stones around the um, sacral chakra as well as the root chakra lower region. And if you have like a belt that has a stone, you may find something that's very suiting for it during this time. If you don't have something for it for the holidays, or if you've been meaning to wear it and you've been trying to figure out the perfect time to do it, it could be something that's very unique or special or royal, or it relates to a specific monarchy. They are wanting to be highlighted during this time, and it will bless you and those that you care for. Billions of folds, actually, like they're really charged. That's what I'm saying, you guys. Like, that's what you're not expecting or anticipating. Like, they've really been distant, doing what they said that they would do, and they promised you a whole lot. Okay. And I know that there's a lot that's been hidden, or a lot that you feel here that you wouldn't be able to recover, or that you wouldn't have happiness, or it feels like you had a lot of people that wanted to bring you jealousy, bring you down this month. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to, because you're doing something for others. Like you're doing some other stuff for others, okay? Um, like I can just tell you like for sure. In fact, like here, that will help you alone. Okay. Um, these are some dice that I have. They were just sold out on Etsy. I don't know if they sell these anywhere else. But there's some Montessori dice. Um, they're really nice and they help me a whole lot. Um, and I came across them and they were like the last few. Um, I don't know if it said that they were getting any more, but when I looked somewhere else, I couldn't find them online. But really, really, really nice. And I share them with my children and things like that. They help you with their intellect. They help you a whole lot when it comes to many forms of, intellectualism and stuff like that. As well as grounding. The materials that it's made from is really grounding, which is what I needed it for too, and I wanted it for my children as well. But um, I feel like little things like that could be really significant as well. Like, let's say you were trying to figure out versatility and somebody told you to get some dice or something like that. Like, you may come across something that's different than what you thought, or like size, even could be really significant too. Okay. Maybe you'll reach out and say something, especially like, let's say your child has or you have a certain gift or disability or aid or assistant or something like that. Oh my gosh. I could be picking up on somebody who may have already gotten a special order done or made either by this brand or group or something like that because of a disability that they had and they custom made it for them. They had to like specially write something for them because of their, whatever they needed it for. That's so beautiful. Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay. So maybe something like that, you're going to be coming across people, places, and things, situations that are more customizable to you, tailored to you, suiting for you. That's really wonderful. Or you're getting things that you will eventually be able to tailor to yourself, like myself, when I feel like I'm more in a comfortable state. Right now, I'm practicing adaptability and adjusting, not rushing the process, just allowing my body to do as it does, okay, because I've changed my diet a whole lot, as well as my fitness routines and things. That could be significant here for a lot of you guys. Have you been going through that? Changes in your mind, your diet, your habits, your adaptability, how you hold your heart, what you feel like matters to you, or feeling like you're not going to change those things no matter what. Be very mindful because I do feel a lot of you guys who are in the more rebellious energy, maybe you've done something that's a bit bad, or there's been a conflict in whatever you have going on. All right. Be very mindful here of like some vengeful plan if you had one. If you're not a person here who had one, and you're definitely not like in a third party situation and things like that, um, have fun and be very mindful that somebody here that you will eventually be with, they have people as well as themselves. They could even be very jealous of you, right? Like very, very jealous of you. But also, be careful of crowds. People may be starting fights in their own ways, in different ways. Is this why people are never out? Be very mindful because I am seeing here that some people who do things as far as mirror magic and stuff like that may be out lurking or inside lurking or doing things in different ensemble groups lurking. That used to hang out with caggles and gaggles. Real messy. Groups of females who got in trouble had a prominent case. What? And I'm here, I wanted dead or alive. Lord, have mercy with the moon card here. And retro shade. With a ton of apathy. Okay, well, pile. 4, that was your messages. I hope and pray that it resonates with you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. May you be blessed. Bless you. Amen. May you take care. Oh, something about this. Beauty School Dropout by Frankie Avalon. 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 And Frankie with the I in the first part. Frankie. Frankie. Ooh. Do they want us to talk about it as extra tea? Well, we'll talk about it. Thank you. There was some extra tea that came out. While we were over here preparing for this wonderful message. Excuse this. I'm not trying to be the others out here. But there's something that came through from beautiful Rue McClanahan, who was in the Golden Girls, okay? And she is actually connected to this movie in a few ways. Like, she's related to some individuals, and I actually helped her on a trip that I went on. But they were saying something about Blanche is a man, crazy, glamorous, extremely sexy, and successful with men. Southern Belle from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm not from Atlanta. Okay, it's a quote from an interview. Okay, and I was trying to figure out like why they came through. Why I kept seeing them and who this woman was. All right, before I even did this message, and um, she notified me that she was and is a part of a group of women who are healing from the bad 5 husband spell, something hereditary, disease related, and Olivia Newton-John learned that they're common ancestors, and they actually sat beside me together on my trip. And I was trying to figure out and completely understand why they were around me while I was watching this ritual, and why they were like demanding such things of me and having me communicate in the ways in which they were. And when I finally saw their energy and things, and recognized why they're there, I just want you to know that they received the healing that they completely needed. And I was rather surprised because I did all of what I could do, right? And then there was additional assistance that let me know that I was needed in some way specifically for this, that I was the only person that could do it, because of timing, because of the timing that needed to happen for the blessing to ensue, um, in order to receive the full healing of it. Okay. And some others who had tried to help them prior did not know of this at all. And I'm quite well read on what they were speaking about, and how it connects to the other religious beliefs and backgrounds and factors too, as well as Native American culture. And I'm well studied and versed on a lot of theirs too. And I'm so grateful and appreciative for being down there. It rather surprised me, what I was being called to do, because initially I just wanted to enjoy myself, and then I was told it's not going to be one of those. Okay. But that's just a little extra information that Power and Frenchy Faccion wanted to share with you guys. And I pray that what you needed to take away from this, that it does resonate with you and it treats you well. Love and light to you. Blessed be. Bye. High pile five pink ladies. You know we don't have much time on pink flower doolies and whatnot. I hope and pray all is well with you. You know the pink ladies. Um, I don't feel like you're in trouble. You know, this month in December, but you never know. This is giving me the vibes that somebody might be trying to. It's a lot of it's a lot of sassy shit said. You know we love sassy shit, sassy stuff, sassy stuff. The sassy shit, it's a bit much. You want daisies though, love and light too. Okay, we got angels over here. Hmm. Since they have etiquette, what messages do you have for the pink ladies today for December? Oh, you guys are at a peace that is very, very, very calm, you know? So calm that all disturbances and things that wanted to enter in or even connect with you when you're exiting out. I just feel like, in all empathy, it's not going to work out well for them because you're like really too exhausted. Okay, do some of you guys have a brother who may be more the energy of a dark spirit, or even a sister who may be a twin to you, who's more in a dark spirit, who's been trying to like reconnect with you and rehash things out with you? Because, like, I'm getting here that there's somebody here who, like, doesn't want you to meet somebody, get to know somebody, or engage with them. Donna. The name Donna could be really significant. There's this witcher. That's what they're calling themselves. There's a witcher around this female named Donna. And the Donna that I am picking, oh, hi. I am picking may you be blessed, happy holidays to you and yours. I don't know how we're connecting. There's this energy around this woman, Donna, but it's not this particular Donna that I was picking it up on. But maybe it attacks people with that name. This person, they have fair hair, like very white. They could be very ancient and aged. They could know how to move things. They connected with Ouija boards. They were a crafter, or they did some craftsmanship with wood. And there's something connected here with the hair. They may often be mistaken as a male. Their teeth, they may be a bit hardened, but there's something here about them that may appear masculine and feminine. It's because they do have a relative, a brother, a twin. Oh, on the other side, who does what they call mess work. Oh, they're mess witches. They switch blades, metals, tools. Gift to you, and it's something to do with their connection with their Italian ancestry. It could be something that you've been doing with switch swords. This could be somebody that you connect to as far as affirming with and things, if you're not that person. And they've been trying to connect with you because they are saying that it is a gift, a familial gift. Use it wisely. Okay. That's not going to be for everybody, but that's for somebody very specifically. You have sun energy here at the bottom of the deck. Congratulations, blessings, love and light to you. It's just a sign of children, but specifically at the bottom of the deck for you all for December is your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. Okay. In pregnancy, the birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. Healing, healed, and healer. Oh, and you're a wonderful healer and a waymaker. Very beautiful energy at the bottom of the deck. Congratulations to you. If it is not you, if you don't know who, it may be a relation to you, of relation to you. Okay. And if it is not one of those things where you're like, no, I called everybody, maybe it's, somebody I didn't know. Maybe it's that, or somebody got married and they're distant as well. It could be one of those individuals, but also animals. Be mindful. If you recently come across a video, for example, and you stated that, and you stated, we'll get to what else was coming up, that you wanted to be mindful when your animal had a baby, whether it or not. That's what you're picking up on. That may be happening. Okay, be mindful and congratulations. Okay, now you can practice your duties. May you take care. And the other thing that I was picking up on, I heard, no, motherfucking body. Pregnancy in the reverse. Who floofed around and found out was a person, okay? On pink flower doolies. Affirmations here to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire. Use positive affirmations here. This is going to be the most important tool work that you have that you use in your toolkit. Okay, because it's very important in whatever it is that you practice, whether it's your sewing toolkit, whether it's your um, philosophical toolkit, whether it's a toolkit that you're using in a career dynamic, love, personal dynamic. It may even be one that becomes multidimensional, okay? But I am getting here that a lot of you guys are really into scripture, scribing, things like that. Also, this hand energy and signaling, okay? There's something here that you have been doing um, for yourself to make sure that you are recovering, or you're a divine oracle from the skies, okay? Maybe you are a Potheosis or you connect with them, okay, in some ways. Nevertheless, here I just feel like you may need to recognize how to disintegrate some things that were getting in the way of your spiritual ascension in December. Okay. Disintegration here, what I'm talking about, may come from Pisces aspects for a lot of you guys here. Okay. And for some of you guys, I'm picking up on Libra and Aries. I appreciate you guys for providing the permission here. Maybe you didn't know that I can tune in that way. I appreciate it. But you do have this energy of like a nice ultraviolet energy, as well as this so white it turns this effervescent blue that source loves, okay, to connect through. So you have this energy of being connected to, shown the way, being given downloads, visions for whatever it is that you do. It can even be a special hobby to you, right? But I feel like you're just not going to force anything. And a part of this may be about how your being or how your higher self, whatever it may be for you, comes through, does things, works, navigates. Be mindful, you may be the person who knows that you are a bit of, you start again, you slow down, you start again, or that's how something has happened due to a circumstance or another. All right, because that may not be you, that may be the habit that you want to break, improve yourself, right? Just know that things may be different, and you may even be receiving some sort of financial compensation because of that. Okay, so just be patient throughout this process because it's going to really treat you very well. And the reason why I was told to keep this card here, although it's not the card that I'm going to next, okay, but I was told to give you guys this number beforehand. 522, the angel number 522. All right. Um, it's going to really, 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 really help you a lot. All right. But your next card here, the sunlight of forgiveness, has no end. Excuse me, it's kind of written funny. It has like this little symbol here. Okay, but um, just know that you are going to have this energy no matter what. As you see that there's a lot of depth to this light, and it may seem like it's evening, just like right now behind me it may appear like it's really late when it isn't. Okay, but there's something here about being mindful when it comes to mediation, meditation, frequency, sound waves, and things like that, and also giving yourself a break. Recognize where you've healed, where somebody's healed, and things like that, but also be mindful of the signals when it comes to new love, when it comes to attraction, when it comes to the healing of everything that is being uncovered here. You also have this healing from the hummingbird that also promises that not everything is going to be completely healing. Okay, you're going to be attracting good health, positivity, and abundance. Just you wait. You may even receive miraculous signs from angels and others who have intuitive callings that may be different from your own. Just trust where you're being nudged and guided. Just know that you may have somebody who is an intruder on your life or who has been spying on your life that you're connected to romantically already. This could be that you have children. Um, okay, with this person. All right. Be mindful that if this person has been spying on you in any way, shape, or form, you may have done protection work for things to go to a certain person before they got to you, and somebody's been doing the like connecting there because they know how they connect to your guide or your being, your higher self. Okay, so if somebody thought that you were over here trying to do like some love juju or vice versa, if somebody else is doing some love juju and you're just psychic as fuck or somebody else is, okay. But there's something there where like people really need to stop treating you like shit over stuff and face the sun. Facing the sun is here. And it's the card right here. 14 breaks down to a 5, but also 3. um, the sunlight of forgiveness has no end. Good spirits. That's like the real truth of this, like in the deeper meaning and form. um, it's in the portal of grace with universal love, but just be mindful it is the solar plexus chakra, Manipura. I've already balanced mine and I've healed and cleared it from anger and things, which lets me know that a lot of you guys have too because I'm acknowledging that. So this feels like this is something that is upsetting where people just really need to stop because they've been trying to project a lot of shit. Okay? Like triple checking when they don't need to. Like they have a narcissist issue. For real. All right. But let the pure soul fire burn through inherent beliefs that hide personal potential. Let us learn to turn the wheel of forgiveness 7 times towards freshness. Let us forgive the blindness of desire and envy and embrace the light of simplicity guided by the spirit of fun. She asked me to forgive myself so we could play our part. She asked me to forgive myself so we could embody good spirits. She asked me to forgive myself simply because it was time. She said she would wait because where we were going was timeless. Okay? There's separations in between here, and I'm going to translate each one. Okay? Just so that you're aware. I really like working with the Unfurling Goddess deck, although I don't use them too much on here, because I noticed that they can have like a bit of a deeper meaning, and a lot of you guys aren't necessarily always interested in me bringing out Oracle for an excessive amount of time. At some points when I was able to look at it, but then I noticed that it changed ever so slightly, so I'm just gonna roll with it. But yeah, I'm seeing here for facing the sun, and the sunshine of impertinence, eternal laughter grows. Upon this innocent earth, enthusiasm is contagious. Fresh life fearless. When Bhakti laughs through Adi Shakti's eyes, there is no escaping the joy in dancing, the harmless fun, and the wonderful life asking to be fully lived. You are the new dawn this way, dressing with eternal delight, in joyous anticipation, inner sunshine blossoming, Coco Pelli and the cinnabar field. Okay, I like this vibration for you because it has these beautiful yellow blossoms right beside it. It's really signifiers of like Lakshmi or Shun, of just a lot of others who really appreciate sunflowers. Okay, tons of deities, even Buddha very much so likes um, sunflowers a whole lot. Okay, but I'm getting this vibration here of attributing wellness to yourself, and it being a gift that keeps on giving because of how you're moving your solar plexus. You're dancing, you're cheerful, you're enjoying crowds, you're happy. I feel like you should appreciate and enjoy that energy a whole lot more. That is what December is about, being more joyful, more moving, okay, more celebratory and things like that. I am getting here that if you're not able to get out, this is not you affirming it, okay? Might I add too. All right, because for some of you guys, you may need to keep safe. I just see that you're going to be able to move yourself and move your body in a way that you need to, um, in spite of everything that's happening. And you have people who want to cheer you up no matter what. So um, I feel here you're just tired, Pal 5, of like how you've been spending things, if I'm being honest with you. Because you have like really deceptive people around you who've been trying to falsify to some other people that they've been good to you and treating you well, and that you've just been pushing them off. They never really made themselves good to you. They were on some Matilda shit with a flair for coming back. And in your connection with reconciliation and with your trauma, they wouldn't have been able to make connections with you properly. Or basically, this would prove that they didn't really have proper connections in order to keep something else that they were trying to lie about up. Okay. And that's what the real truth is. So something isn't about you. And that's why you may feel like the evil eye scrutiny is very strong. It's because you're not wrong here. Like, it's because it somebody is at fault that didn't want others to pin them as being at fault. Okay. Um, Now you have see through. This is a card that I saw 522 on. Okay. Um, and see through here, number 32 is what it says on the back. But what I'm just getting just from looking here is that a lot of you guys, closer to like the second half of December, so you're looking at past, the 2 week mark and stuff, 2 weeks and past. Um, you're going to have some energy here of prickly moments. And don't get me wrong, you're going to have some things that bring up like tons of happiness, joy, excitement. But um, remember, like, if you're very self aware, self taught when it comes to your skin, and you have like double meanings when it comes to certain things, or excitable moments and whatnot, what it may mean for you. But also be mindful keeping yourself. Um, well balanced, as we say. I was taught with certain skin conditions, it's very important to be mindful not to attribute it to just getting some warmth or getting just chilly or what have you. Okay, so praying all is well for you guys as well, and happy holidays. There may be some things that you come across that will help you to heal. It may not just be rosacea. Okay, somebody here may have a birthmark connection. Okay, something like that too. And also be mindful we're not picking. Like, let's say you love you a bright blush. Okay. Um, I'm getting here that you may be investing in those things, or something that you've been wanting to get for a while. Learning how to reuse what you want, though, or what you need in the meantime. December is going to be one of those months where you decipher through which patterns fit or suit you. Okay, you could be wanting to treat yourself very well, for the new year, And there could be a lot of surprises that come into place. You may be wanting to wear a lot of florals, or you've been wanting to see a lot of people attribute their hair into their clothing a lot more, or use a lot more patience or investment there in those areas, because it seems like there's been the signal of extreme boredom there, and you're so sick of this casual, anti-casual thing there for you. Like there's something here about that area that you're going to focus on as well. And I get here with the blue butterfly, you're focusing on what's most important, but also you're being mindful about how you've been having prominent activations on um, various parts of your face, or just various parts of your being. It's like when you start to get these random strange touches that shows you that you have feeling in areas, it helps you with connecting to your body and showing where you have nerve ending points and alignments there and feelings there, right? Um, you're seeing the soul connection within the body and how it's just giving you those feelings that show you the activation, that you feel fine, that you feel wonderful, that you feel in bliss. Okay, but I am getting here that you have a clear consciousness and you have something here that has caused you to close off. This may have been something that you've asked for, or if you're trying to figure out what that is, if you are like in the spiritual realm and you're there, you're like, what am I seeing specifically? To some degrees, it is dark matter and particles, but at times it could even be places where you've built past, or like blockages too. Okay, just so that you're aware. Sometimes it can be space. It just depends. All right, but I get this vibe that you're going to be able to pick up on this a bit more. But for some of you guys, it's dark matter. Okay, and you've been doing something to clear through your consciousness. You've been breaking away at dark matter. So if you notice that some of those areas start to corrode and things are different, and you start to feel like these pressures, you're like, whoa, what are these signals? Um, they may be that you have activated, reactivated, or aligned, or you've pushed through something in your in a different vortex or sphere, and it's new to you. And yes, it may cause uncomfortability. Be mindful around that crown chakra and that third eye chakra, because it is here as well as here. Okay. And I know that because when I had a healing moment like that, um, I didn't know like why I was being affected the way that I was. And it was around my ears, and it was my crown chakra, but it had a main focus right here, right? And that's what my guides as well as sources kind of letting me know, connects with you. Um, Even you using like crystal stones, like a purple one that connects with the crown chakra, third eye one, would be really good here. Okay. But let me continue on because this is kind of important. You can even use one that benefits the throat too, um, for the third eye as well. That may help, especially if you need to have higher vibrational verbiage in any way, or patterns of communication, right? But I was having a lot of hearing exactly what people were thinking. Even their ancestors were telling me exactly what they thought, even when they didn't want to notify or didn't want anybody to know. Okay. So it didn't really matter like what they were trying to present as being the truth. I already knew what it was. Right. And I found it just rather disgusting. And so I learned how to clear that because it was just becoming too much, and it wasn't always about me. Okay. It would be about like how they felt about their own animal and stuff, like just crazy stuff. Just showing me what my abilities could do. And but more than that, it was something different. Okay. What I learned from it and what I took away from it is how to find balance. So, um, a crown chakra stone and then a third eye chakra stone, it actually cleared through those gateways too. a whole lot, and I found a lot of balance there. They're saying that this would really help you a lot, and it would help you if you get those senses, those different twinges that come from the nose region and things. Even sitting like ones there, if you find that that's specifically where stress comes from, because it may be a signal here, but if you focus it here, that's fine. But if you put something here while you do one here, it's actually quite healing too, but a light one. Meaning, what I mean by light, I mean something that's light in pressure because we are talking about the nose region, right? And you do want to lay down or something like to find a way to balance it using like a clear stone or something that's extremely healing may help you. If you have something like an injury, a severe break there in that region, because you are correct, that would affect how you received communication from your third eye, as well as around here. Okay. I don't speak too much about that area, but around the eye region, okay, doing some movement with that clear um, stone would do you some good, okay? Or something that's lighter. Like I was thinking for a lighter stone, even like a peach selenite or a pink selenite, selenite in general, something like that would really go well. Okay, but the card here, because this part is going to be like the precipice, we're talking about the third eye chakra and Anya, and seeing through. Okay, butterfly kisses and forgiveness, and the truth portal to grace. Imagine the butterfly effect of forgiveness with the qualities of timelessness and boundlessness. Imagine your forgiveness has transcended wings. Let us become transparent and one with truth as we merge the future with present and past. Let the soft, healing waters of forgiveness flood through our inner landscape. Then it says, let us receive the blessings of our own forgiveness and pass it on. Let us each play our part as a human portal for evolutionary energies. Let us continue to activate the power of forgiveness with personal exquisiteness. Eh. They want you to like realize why you're really doing something, obviously, but I feel here that that's what's going to be the challenge for you. Okay. And I feel like that's going to be something that you'll need to be mindful of because you won't necessarily find it fun. You'll feel like it's almost condescending to advice about being fun when you should be playful. Okay. So I do feel like there is something here about the energy of playfulness and the energy of Loki, okay, for example, that may affect you, that you may need to pay attention to. All right. And I feel here that you do need to be mindful of when and how it affects you. Okay. Okay. Like, look into that. There's something here with that connection. They've had connections if you're talking about your higher self in this person. All right. But there's a beautiful energy that comes through here too. Um, about like you having almost the energy of a harp. Maybe you going back to like retro music or music that really spoke to your heart, or you're going to find that somebody around you is going to like what you like a whole lot. This is somebody here. Um, Somebody could say they're mini me or a little twin or something like that. They may really like the songs that you like. Mm-hmm. Is there one for this one? Because I know that the song that Indigo. Here it is. Okay. It says concepts dreamt of wild beauty and grace. No exception, only inclusion. Potential seen. Experience of wonder. Every possible paradox, the muse. In infinite ways, we follow the path follows us. We are where we are supposed to be and haven't been. When we stop thinking we are perfectly here, We are seen, we are understood. We are not who we think we are. Simply joy becoming. All right. So you're going to recognize your purpose in this, that you needed to take a break, slow down. But there could be something in your mentality where source knows that you may have a controlled circumstance. And I'm not saying that you're controlling, because some of you guys might have like, let's say you have a health concern that comes from the background that relates to something that may be categorized under control. And for you, you may not be doing it in the way in which people want to manipulate, but others try to come in investigating to see if they could just fuck with you without, you know, getting caught up doing it. Okay? Whatever that may be, right? Hypothetically speaking, for a lot of you guys, this person wanted to make you feel like they were just happy go lucky, and you know that they aren't. Okay? I feel here something worse has happened here, and their energy was trying to get to you and it's not able to. Okay. It's so weird. I get this vibe here like that they've been trying to attack or find like ways to get into your life, but they shouldn't. Like they shouldn't. Okay. So if they do anything else, I feel like somebody's found out what their true goal was and they're going to be like, stop. Okay. And it's to keep you safe. So wonderful. Congratulations. Last card. Crazy, right? The future treats. What? It doesn't say treats. The future beats within your heart. 35. The Song of Indigo. The future beats within your heart. Into its love. Replenish. It's the third eye chakra again. Replenish. Dip into the velvet sea of endless space. It's safe to let go. Empty to simplicity. Enjoy the omnipresence of the unknown. Celebrate the sweet song in your heart. Let greater wisdom pour in through your indigo eye. Let energy swirl, sparkle, and shiver. Let yourself simply rest. Do not force a thing. Let calm breathing intuit and inspire your course. Okay. Now, the next part, just so you guys know where the space is. The next part is the Song of Indigo is playing where the Trinity of Heart, Heaven, and Earth meet. 3 wishes granted. Truth is thy name. Okay. Um, so you'll have this energy of splendor. You will have a beautiful journey of feeling like the solstice, the positive energy, the cooling energy that you feel as like the backside effect to the solstice, that it hasn't forgotten about you, because there could be something that you receive a few months later that you have been patient about. Okay. It's here and you enjoy it. Okay. This could also be something here about a pattern that gives you hope, or that you or somebody else looks forward to, something that you've passed down, traditions and things. Okay. I feel here that there's also this energy of um, recognition that comes through. You need to be mindful here of not obsessing over um, your your child over yourself if you're a female. Okay. And same thing with a male, like a masculine. um this is weird, but specifically there's a woman who may have a child that is under 5 years old, maybe even a bit younger than that. And I'm picking up that the woman is in the stage of losing themselves in connection to their health, slightly, because they're staring at the child so much, working. They may even have people who help them at times, or they're very particular about that. Okay. Um, and I'm getting this vibration here that they've been struggling with body circumstances. They may not be completely aware of what all something is or how to heal it, okay? Or how to naturally focus on it because they've been pulled so many ways. They're overwhelmed, they're stressed out, overworked, exhausted. And I'm picking up here that the masculine energy, um, do they have like a health concern or situation or something like that? Like there's something here that's been happening with them, or they've been ill or unwell, and they may need some help, and they don't necessarily know who they can trust right now because they've already been taken advantage of. And if this is you, and I'm picking up on your energy, I apologize if it seemed like I was dismissive of your energy. It feels like you may be that way. Okay, Pow Five, and I feel here that you need to know that you're loved and you're trusted, and that you are coming across people that you can trust, a group of individuals that are trustworthy. And this means that for some of you guys, it may be like a team or a group of individuals that will come at you. Um, and they will be able to try to help you with some resources. I'm also getting in this month that you will have fun when it comes to determining who you want to be, what you want to attribute to your life, and things like that. You may be really, really, really in love with tulips. You may have birth connections with tulips and things, or lilies. You may like macadamia nuts, separate from macadamia. Um, be mindful here. 4111. So a group of individuals who stole from the 411 group of individuals to create an 800 telemarketer number. Not only is their case being called, but I'm seeing that they're definitely getting in trouble, like for some other stuff that they thought wasn't going to get found out about, and how they connect to another group of individuals who stole some equipment like that wound up in New York, or like in St. Louis, and then in Cincinnati. I don't know exactly what I'm picking up on, but I'm just having an intuitive moment. Moving forward, some dark motherfuckers wanted to say something real quick. Um, Addiction, blood, tears, war, codependent, a bar nightclub, a curse, double trouble, something hidden, setbacks, plan and reversals, difficulties and frustrations, alcohol, medication, and drugs. Okay. These dark motherfuckers are over here letting you know that there's something that you have been told or you were taught to believe is dark, yet you love flowers. And you may have suffered from an illness from something that you really, really love. It's giving that vibe, okay? So just be mindful. It's not trying to like harm you, all right? It's telling you be mindful of how you view medication, addiction, drugs, and things like that, because there's something here about narrow mindedness. Because I can tell how you were trying to attack the camera for some of you guys who have a harsh tendencies, like with acceptance. Okay, you may even be a doctor, PhD, it doesn't really matter. Okay, like you may have even lost spouses or something like that. Some of you guys, I'm not really sure. They're saying that there's something here with that, where source is a part of your astrology, and something that you chose not to acknowledge within yourself because you didn't deep dive. So this is not being mean or harsh. This is where sources want you to have a breakthrough moment so that you don't shut the door on your healing and growth, lovingly and respectfully. And they wish that you wouldn't scorn people, um, from how the numbers came through. I'm just reading what's coming through. Okay. But yeah, I'm just showing you like there's something here about how you view things or perceive things. And it's caused a lot of setbacks and frustrations and you know, hidden things, okay? Or you may have done something dark or deviant to somebody that you were passing judgment on for what they do, not knowing that you were the root and issue. Some of you guys may work in government, some of you guys may be your own shit. But like just be mindful of like who you are to other people, like responsibility of things. All right. Because I'm getting this vibe here of like somebody here who wants to keep pushing things off, or somebody here who wants to like be weird or cruel energetically with something that they're going to wind up using anyway when it comes to um, what they do for work, or like if they even work anymore. Like let's say somebody's just not going to work anymore, but they keep trying to put on this front that they will. They won't. Okay, it's giving that. Yep. Okay. For a lot of you guys, like you could be married to somebody who wanted to take you out and you may share a child with this person. And I could be picking up on somebody who may have wanted to steal your dreams or something like that and do something different. And then they wanted to steal somebody else's dream and do something different and they stopped. Like a real narcissistic copycat energy, right? And like they may have wanted to like come after people here who they felt like looked down on themselves or something like that, or they wanted to send dark, evil energy towards somebody. But it's just not like it's not going to happen. Okay. Touchy feely types and stuff like that. Be I totally apologize. The camera cut off, but I was getting this weird download. Somebody who doesn't want to be found out about, like, let's say somebody who has been estranged from family because they hurt someone that you care about and things like that. Like, just be mindful that they're trying to like find ways to navigate their way back in, but they're not going to be able to. Okay. I feel here that it relates to that card that came out. They had me review it just to look at it a bit, just to see if it was the energy from there, and it is. Okay. But you do have this wonderful Larimer that comes out when it comes to crown chakra, the third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakras. Okay. It's about the higher chakra regions. All right. Do it like you can take a screenshot of the card and things like that. All right. But the chemistry, it says it has variety of pectolite found in the Dominican Republic. Colors include blue, bluish white, white, and gray, and are found in masses. It's beneficial for joy, relationships, heart trauma, energy flow, blockages, serenity, guilt, fear, self healing, throat, joints, bipolar disorder. And the healing properties is that laminar, Larimer, excuse me, is a high vibrational stone that harmonizes the body. It has a gentle, healing energy that helps you see who you really are. It promotes inner wisdom, manifestation, and creativity. Okay. Um, for those of you guys who can go ahead and be around certain stones and things or interested in them, um, that is an energy that wanted to assist those high vibe groups of you guys or those who are wanting to receive that, because some of you guys it might not be so high vibe for you to like connect with crystals and stuff, so for those who need it and stuff only. But I'm also being called to tell you to trust yourself, relax, and to calm down. All right, to give yourself breaks and time, and trust yourself when it relates to who you are, and how you'll follow suit. You may prioritize journaling rather soon, but don't stress yourself out with it. You'll have spouts of joy when it comes to writing if you feel like you need to step away. If it is something where you're like, hey, I love journaling every day and stuff like that, and I don't want any omens that say that I'm stepping away, don't take it. Just know that some people aren't like that, okay? And just know that there's going to be some positive things that come into play for many of you guys, okay? Those were your messages. I hope and pray that this resonates with you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, share, and subscribe. I would love to read for your energy. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Take care. Bye.